Have your sports curiosity cured.
Back to Kreider. He's through center with speed. Terry ahead for Leo Carlson. Peels off the half wall. Into the high fly.
A veteran of the sports reporting game for over 25 years.
4-point game. 1:30 to go. Raptors have won 8 of 9. That's one loss right here in Philadelphia. They've won 4 straight since. Quick, the three. Rack it up. Take it.
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams.
It's Draisaitl safely on his stick to Bucha. Across to McDavid. Cross ice. One-timer score. Draisaitl cuts it to 5-4 on a beautiful feed from McDavid. Draisaitl, power play goal is 14.
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Sol 545, Thursday, November the 20th. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select on your AM radio dial, on your morning drive, wherever you're heading out on a Thursday morning. You can also watch us now on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. Drop us a like and a subscription. We're also on X, Facebook, and even Instagram. As always, you know what? We're streaming on iHeartRadio, Radio Player Canada, the TuneIn app, on sports1440.ca. If you miss any part of any show, you can catch up by where all the podcasts hang out. Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon. Subscribe there. It's free. Select the auto download. You'll never miss a second of the show. Yeah, good morning. On a night where the Oilers drop another one on this extended road trip, losing 7-4. Last night in Washington, more of the same old that we've been talking about defensively for this team. They are looser than creamed corn. Hey, they played a lot harder last night. There's no denying that. They played harder and tried to fight to get their way back in the game. But when you're doing that for basically 55 minutes, it's tough because it's just an uphill battle, uphill climb, goal after goal after goal. When you think you're close and you think you're maybe close to tying it up, another goal goes in and it's one step forward, 2 steps back. But they played harder. The details defensively are still not even close where they need to be with this team, and that is what is hindering them the most. Everything in their own zone is just so bad right now. Not sure that it could get worse. And goaltending last night didn't bail them out. Needed some stops. You can look at a couple of instances, in the game. Like even when the Oilers made it 3-2 on Darnell Nurse's second of the game, and then the second period gets underway, Matt Savoy sent in on a break by Jack Roslovic. And Logan Thompson comes up with a really good save. Now, Logan Thompson last night, he would be the first to admit, he wasn't close to where he has been this year. But it's the old Grant Fuhr line. Doesn't matter how many really you let in, but if you can come up with the big save at the right time, that enables your team to win. And the Oilers had similar opportunities. David Tomashik makes it 4-3. You know, the Oilers are back in it again with plenty of time in the third period, but Stu Skinner has to make a save. He has to make a save. That's all you need. It's a 2-on-1. Beauvillier scores. It's not exactly a howitzer of a shot. It goes more through him than anything. That's the save he has to make because his team has battled back several times, a lot of times over the course of the night. Text rolling in 833-401-1440. We will get to many of them as the morning progresses. But what a wild first period. When you think about it, a lot of people thought the over-under in this one might be like, as we said yesterday, like 6 because of Washington's inability to score to where the Oilers are scoring. Well, man, I mean, they just about ripped that off in the first period alone where it was 3-2. It was wild. But when you look at, again, that attention to detail by the Oilers in their defensive zone, hey, man, the word is out. The word is out. Hang around the front of the Oilers' net. It's fun. It's easy. For the most part, it's uncontested. You'll pick up a couple of points. You don't think these teams watch video and go, wow, let's head to the front of the net? Because you know what? Not a whole hell of a lot's going to happen. We might take a little bit of a shot here and there. Nothing. But let's go to the front of the net. The word is out. And teams go there and they have fun and they pick up points. And the Oilers are not doing anything about it. They're not doing anything about it systematically, aggression-wise. And therein lies the biggest problem. They are positionally out of sync in the D zone for their awareness, for their responsibility, and it continues game in and game out. I was listening, or I think I read it actually last night. Calgary Flames went into Buffalo where the Sabres just beat the pants off the Oilers on Monday 5-1. Calgary comes back and wins that one 6-2. I believe it's Tage Thompson following the game said, man, we're casual. We're casual. We're soft. And that's from a player, Tage Thompson. And man, when players end up using that soft word, that raises eyebrows because teams, when players, coaches say it, that it's like an alarm bell sounding. The Oilers, again, they tried to come back in this one, third period. Tons of shots, tons of chances, tons of territorial play. At 16 shots on goal. For many parts of that ozone time, though, they were outside the perimeter, tried to penetrate a few times, and had some chances. I mean, that one shift, man, oh, man. Thompson made consecutive saves on Ekholm and Wallman, massive scrambles. There were consecutive shifts in the third period where the Oilers had a ton of time and had very good opportunities and chances to tie the game. Once again, though, they could not get it done and end up losing. Now 2-3 on this road trip. It's 7 games in 12 days. They've got 2 more left tonight in Tampa Bay, then Florida on Saturday. Hey, let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne on a Thursday morning who did the post-game show. Anybody call you names last night, Duke? I looked at the text line. No, you didn't get it, eh?
No.
They just save that for the morning again.
I suppose so. Well, I'm, credit where it's due sometimes, I suppose. No, it was a pretty standard post-game show, I think, based on how this season has gone. Some frustrations from the fans, the listeners, the texters across a myriad of topics, everything from the goaltending to the defensive zone coverage to the coaching. And I'm kind of with you, Kevin. I did think there actually were some positives to pull out of that game last night if you're the Oilers, but the end result remains the same. And when we talked about it with Schlemmer yesterday, he kind of said like he was a little less concerned maybe with whether or not they actually won the game and if they just put forth a better product, especially compared to what we saw Monday night in Buffalo. And if that is the metric, then I think it was a success. But the reality is, and the bigger scheme, that in their own zone, this team is
looks like
borderline on disastrous right now.
Like
and it's both on the rush, it's in zone coverage. It flabbergasts someone watching a group of professionals really struggle with some of the real basic parts of the game. And I'm a little more hemming and hawing when it comes to the goaltending on last night than maybe you are based on some of your comments here. I obviously agree that it can be better. And if you're desperate and you really would like Stuart Skinner to come up with a save on that 2-on-1 or something, then sure, I'll hear that out. But at the same time, it is a 2-on-1 essentially from the opposition blue line in with so much time to flesh it out and decide what you're going to do if you're the offensive players. I don't know. To me, it always boils back to if you have a $10 million goalie, you absolutely expect that save If you have a $2.5 million goalie, I'm not sure you can.
Well, okay, I'm just looking at it again, Duke, and the example that I gave was when it's 3-2, Logan Thompson makes the save on Matt Savoy.
Right.
And it's just one save, but it changed the whole game.
But
if Stu Skinner makes that save on a 2-on-1, it's still 4-3 at that point.
So once
game changes.
The game is 3-2 in the waning minutes of the first period. You didn't think that Stuart Skinner came up with like 3 or 4 really good stops towards the end of the first period that kept it a 1-goal game at that time? I thought he did.
Okay, you can give him that. I'm just looking at those 2 examples. And I'll be honest, when I think it was Gazdic and then Louis said after, when they talked about the first 3 goals in the first period, okay, the first 2, well, what are you supposed to do? Then they talked about the third. And to be honest with you, I didn't have as big of a problem with the third goal as those guys did. The fourth goal, I mean, Leonard goes around Bouchard.
Oh, like that's an unacceptable play by your defenseman.
Sure it is. But your goaltender is a statue.
Yeah.
He's a statue. He is frozen in time. And when a guy's coming in that hard, the goaltender has to be a little more proactive. So
I didn't like that
goal at all.
I'll hear that for sure.
And then on that 5-3 goal, that's when you just need one. You need one save to keep your team in it that just scored to make it 4-3, and then Leon scores to make it 5-4. There's 12-13 left, and the Oilers were all over him for a good 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes.
They were all over him for most of the third period.
So,
the second half of the game, for that matter. I mean, they really controlled the pace and the possession, but it just, for me, it goes back to like the first period, you score 3 goals. And where were your bodies on those 3 goals? 2 shots from the point that are not exactly heat-seeking missiles from Darnell Nurse, but you got Podkolzin waving at one. Yes. You have traffic on the next, and they find their way past a really good goaltender. Plays like that, if you're a goalie, all you're doing is hoping they hit you because you can't see it. The Podkolzin one, actually, I think is a little bit tougher because it wasn't really screened, but he just kind of waved at it, and it almost threw Thompson off. And then the Tomaszek goal, great play by Mangiapane below the goal line, and a really nice skill play by Tomaszek to tuck it around the goaltender right on top of the blue paint. And then after that, we didn't see quite as many bodies in and around the front of the net for the rest of the game.
Again, numbers don't lie. 5v5 goals against their last. Save percentage last. All of the categories that you can talk about, I believe 5v5 is 56 goals against. The goals against are last and 80 save percentage last. And again, we'll get to many of your texts, 833-401-1440. I'm going to have just a quick gander through them because they're coming in pretty quick, as you can imagine. Coming up on the show, and again, the Oilers are right back at it tonight. So they go to Tampa Bay to take on the Lightning tonight. So it's a back-to-back situation, game 6 of this 7-game, 12-day road trip. So we'll tee up tonight's game a little bit with Tampa Bay reporter from the Tampa Bay Times, Eduardo Encina. It's a little different today on a Thursday for sure because Mark Spector is on his way to Portugal. And Frank Saravalli could not make it in today. He's going to join us tomorrow. So we're going to have to change things up immensely in the 8 o'clock hour. It's a big couple of weeks for football in our province. It's Football Alberta. It's the kind of the jamboree starting this weekend and it extends to next weekend. We got Tim Anger from Football Alberta on to talk about what's going on the high school level because it has not been easy for high school football in our province because of the teachers' strike. And, you take these kids away from the gridiron for several weeks, but, they called an audible. They called an audible on the fly, and they're going to get things done, albeit a lot later than what they would have hoped. Having said that, man, we got outstanding weather here for coming up the third week in November. Again, Frank Saravalli, not in the lineup today. We'll have Zach Lang from Oilers Nation will check in instead. Also in the 9 o'clock hour, Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle covers the Texans. It's the Thursday night football game between the Texans and the Bills. Laddie Schmid will chime in around 9:30, our co-host from 9:30 to 11. And then Scotty Upshaw from Missing Curfew on the DK Network, the DraftKings Network, and the former NHLer, the only guy in the history of Blackhawk Golf Course to drive the green on one and then 4-putt for bogey. You know, many people have done that, but Uppy, man, that's one that he'll never live down. When we come back, Eduardo Encina and some of your texts. That's coming up on the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
You know your neighbor, right? The one who watches your house when you're away, who keeps their yard looking nice, who says hello every day. That's us. GS Construction. Now, we probably don't live right beside you, but we do live in your community. And when it comes to water and wastewater infrastructure, moving along smoothly, we're the ones doing that work. GS Construction has been doing it since 1974, over 50 years. So you could say we are your neighbors who wear hard hats and work boots. To find out what your neighbors do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
I'm getting McDonald's. You want anything?
Oh, yeah. I'll get I'm obviously going to get the McVeggie, medium fries and a medium fountain drink for $9.99. It's my favorite meal and it's new. Plus, if I get that, maybe he'll want it too. And then he'll always thank me for introducing him to the McVeggie. I'll be a hero.
So, McVeggie fries and drink?
How'd you know?
You were thinking out loud again. Get yourself a McVeggie meal for just $9.99 plus tax for a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants.
Aloha Edmonton, it's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
Don't look now, but I think we're being followed.
Oh, that's just my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Well, they're driving pretty close.
Because they're attached.
Save up to 15% on select tires until December 13th.
Cool.
Plus, get up to $125 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires.
Anything else?
Get $50 off a $150 service when you buy those tires.
Well, that's handy.
Yep.
And weird.
Well, I love my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Book your appointment online today. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Get the lowdown with Low Tide. Weekdays from noon to 2 on Sports 1440. He's seen it all and then some. From stats to stories, he breaks it down like no one else. Proud to be Edmonton's sports leader. Sports 1440.
Your front row seat to thousands of legendary concerts is here. This Black Friday, save 75% on Stingray All Good Vibes through Prime Video channels.
Man, I feel like a woman.
For just $2.50 a month for 2 months, you can see the icons you love, Bruce Springsteen, Shania Twain, AC/DC, and more, right from your living room. Ready for the show? Subscribe at primevideo.com/Stingray. Prime membership required. Restrictions apply.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Hey, you know winter is really freaking cold, right? So play it smart. Don't get caught freezing in your car with your pants down and no power. At Big Toy Shop right now, lead-acid batteries are just $129. $129 is a great price for a good start. Big Toy Shop. Power up and save some bucks at Big Toy Shop, 8315 Argyle Road, 780-298-2797.
Portions of this hour are brought to you by Nectar.io. Learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 7:20 in Edmonton, and time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where the Jeep Wrangler 1500s have 0% financing for up to 72 months. They've got the great selection with the new colors, the Sport, the Willys, Sahara, and the Rubicons, all on the lot at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome back Eduardo Encina from the Tampa Bay Times to the show. Morning, Eduardo. You're with Kevin Karius once again. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440. Really appreciate it.
No problem, Kevin. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So, I mean, I don't know how many Oiler games you've seen this year or even covered in the past. I would imagine several dozen. But when you see this team tonight, if it's a team that has been playing the way it has in the last several weeks, you're going to go, man, what am I looking at here? This is a shell of a team that you're going to see. Maybe just a thought on if you have been watching this team and what you think will happen tonight when the Oilers go back-to-back, losing in Washington last night and then against Tampa tonight, Eduardo.
Yeah, I agree. It is not usually the team that you were used to seeing from in Edmonton, but I think, the Lightning have kind of had the same thing. Like there's been injuries, there's been some struggles on the ice. There's a lot of different guys in and out of the lineup. So and I think, to be honest, a lot of teams are really kind of going through that right now. It's just a matter of obviously being on the road throughout. Some of that stuff is tough too, especially coming out east. And as I said, the Lightning kind of had to do the same thing earlier in the season with kind of a roster that was a little a shell of what we're used to seeing going out west. I think a couple times already this season. So, but yeah, the one thing that I always do see though is when the Lightning and the Oilers get together, it's going to be a fun game to watch, and it's a lot of times they're high scoring, and the Lightning have done recently has kind of gotten back to basics a lot, and held teams to 1-2 goals, and no matter what you see in the lineup, I think Edmonton's always one of those teams that really kind of puts a lot of strain on you in your own end. So I think we're going to see a big test of that for Lightning tonight.
Before we bust it down a little bit more, Eduardo, John Cooper missed the other night with some to attend to some personal things. Is he going to be back behind the bench tonight?
That's actually a good question. I think we'll find out more. We go to morning skate a little bit later today, but he hasn't really been with the team since that Vancouver game on Sunday. So the practices and skates that they've had since the assistant coaches have been handling him, and obviously he wasn't at the game on Tuesday. So I think that's something we're obviously going to find out a little bit more. If he's on the ice, no matter the next hour when they take the ice for skate.
Yeah, and Jeff Halpern was behind the bench, correct?
Yep. Yeah, Jeff Halpern got his first win. First time Cooper's only missed 2 games since being the coach there, and obviously he's the longest tenured coach in the NHL. But the other game was a COVID game where he got COVID in Vegas, and at that time, Derek Lalonde was his top assistant then, so he was the one that coached that game there. So for Halpy, it was his first time doing it. For the players, they're so used to Coop being behind the bench and doing throwing out the lines and stuff like that. So it was definitely different. But obviously, it was a really good win for them against Jersey. So I think a lot of stuff to kind of be proud of for the guys, especially coming off the Vancouver game, which was an utter disaster, really. For Halpern, you can say he's won a game in the NHL as a head coach.
Yeah, that's a cool thing for sure. Eduardo Encina from the Tampa Bay Times, our guest on Sports 1440. Let's start in goal. And Andrei Vasilevsky had that little hiccup a few games ago, but as a whole, how's he been between the pipes, Eduardo?
Yeah, I think when you look at his numbers, some of those lines early in the season didn't really reflect about how he was playing, Vasi, we know how much he prepares for seasons, but also how, he's got a lot of mileage on him. There's no doubt about it. After, he plays 60 games a year, those 3 deep cup runs that they had. And I think he's, as he's gotten older, he's gradually understood more about, the value of rest, the value of maybe not, practicing on certain days, even kind of picking some games that maybe, you can get Jonas Johansson in and get a little bit extra rest. So I think him and the team have kind of come to a good, solution to some of that stuff. But, over the past 6-7 games, he's been fantastic. And, I think the people that watch this team on a regular basis, like Vasilevsky's the rock back there. He's the foundation of everything they do, obviously. But when they play well in front of him is when they really hit another level. And they've been doing that. And, as long as you can you can obviously count on Vasilevsky to, for those, maybe 3 or 4 breakdowns, 2, 3, 4 breakdowns a game, that he's going to be there and make a big save. And that's what he's been doing. The shots that he's seen have kind of varied. Some nights he's only seeing 19, other nights he's seeing 32. So, but he's been great. And I think a big part of that is really kind of knowing how to manage his workload, how to manage his preparation and all that stuff. Because he'll be the first one to tell you that physically, he's a guy who is, going through stuff, and that at 31, 32 as a goaltender, you're going to be doing that. So, but he's been able to kind of manage that and be able to really kind of play the game that we've really been used to seeing him, seeing from him over the past several years.
Yeah, as you said, Eduardo, he's the rock. He's the guy back there that they look and they go, yeah, we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be okay. When you look at the top 6 forwards, Eduardo, has there been a little bit of shuffling between guys going up and down, playing with different players this year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like the tough part has been, I don't know if there's been too many games this season where they've had everyone, and because of that, they've moved some guys around. Obviously, that top line of Gensel, Point, Kucherov has kind of stayed for the most part. Hagel and Cirelli have been together, and but sometimes you move. Like the last game, they had Kucherov down with Cirelli and Hagel, and I think what that does is that line is typically, the Cirelli line is typically the matchup line, the one that draws all the tough assignments. And when you bring Kucherov into that, it kind of brings him into that kind of mindset. And a lot of times when Nikita Kucherov is playing well in his two-way game, the Lightning are in good shape. So sometimes you move Kucherov down there. Gage Gonsalves is a guy who's kind of played on the top line. He did the last game and did really well. He's kind of, on a top line kind of role. I kind of compare him to, a player they had over the years, Andre Palat light a little bit, a guy who does a little bit of that dirty work in the corners and does all the little things, but is very responsible in his two-way game. So, sometimes you need a guy like that to kind of boost you up, because sometimes, you have that top line and those guys play a lot of minutes when it's, those big three. But sometimes you got to kind of switch around. And the one thing about Coop is that he has no hesitation to do it. He'll do it at any point, anytime. And a lot of times it's just to kind of switch things up, mix things up. And but again, I think once this team actually gets healthy, then you have to have a lot of tough decisions, not necessarily the lines, but just who you're going to put in the lineup. And so that's one thing that moving forward, I think we're going to have a big question with.
Mm-hmm. Eduardo Encina from the Tampa Bay Times, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. One player in the bottom 6 I wanted to address is Jack Finley with you, Eduardo. And this is a guy that, he's an American, but he played up here in the Western Hockey League with Spokane and Winnipeg. But his journey to get there he's paid his dues. But what have you seen from a guy that's just sort of cutting his teeth here in the NHL with Tampa?
Yeah, I think the Lightning have a lot of big hopes for Jack Finley. Obviously, he was a second-round pick, like you mentioned. Had some great years in juniors, and but as a pro, really the biggest obstacle for him is just being healthy. He's had a couple shoulder surgeries, and for a guy who's 6'6", being physical and being healthy is a big part of your game. So, but this year, I think has been the first year, and I think he'd tell you this, is that where he didn't have to worry about any of that, that he could just, have a regular preparation for the season. And it really showed. And it was kind of one of those kind of make or break years. Now we talked about Gonsalves. He kind of had that last year as a second round pick who was kind of working on at the end of his deals. And, he really didn't know, it was kind of go time for him. And Jack Finley's kind of been that, and it's to his benefit. He's been healthy. And the Lightning have kind of had this little morphing. I talked to a lot of people about this, of what their identity is. And, after they had one of those fight games against Florida in the preseason, they realized that they really had to be a physical team. Maybe that's something that's been lacking, especially against Florida in the playoffs. And Finley's one of those guys. He's a big dude. He can do a lot of other things. He can take faceoffs. But really, he's had the opportunity to kind of be an anchor in that centerman spot on the fourth line for now, and he's really done well with it. And I think you're just beginning to see the beginning of what a guy like him can do.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, he's a big dude. He's 6'6", 230. What's he like in the faceoff dot, Eduardo?
I mean, he's had really good faceoffs so far, and I think that's really a big reason why he made the team. To be honest, he was probably the last guy to make the team, and obviously, when you have the depth like the Lightning have seemed to have now, with all these injuries, a guy like that, sometimes he's got to make the team because, like you said, a 6'6", 230 guy who's a former second round pick who has kind of shown a lot in the preseason. He's not going to go through waivers. So, I think, but he's done a lot of different things, and he has scored his first NHL goal the other night in Sunrise.
Yeah.
A great move. He had a breakaway earlier in the game where he really didn't make a move on Bobrovsky, and then he learned his lesson and came back. So he's learning on the fly too. A lot of these younger guys are learning on the fly, and to see that is a good thing.
Does he like getting into the dirty areas too, Eduardo?
Yeah,
getting physical?
for sure. I think that because of injuries for a couple games, we saw this kind of new revamped fourth line with him, Curtis Douglas, another guy that they picked up, 6'9" guy who so you have sides. You have Scott Sabourin also on that line, who thank God everyone knows who he is from that fight that he got into in that Florida game at the end of the preseason. And those guys were, but the thing is that those guys did the dirty work, but they also played really responsibly. And I think they were a big reason why they beat Florida the other night on Saturday, because they knew they had to be physical, but they knew they had to work the dirty areas. But they also knew it was a puck possession game and that there weren't going to be many opportunities. And to be honest, that line, the fourth line, was the best line that they had out there against the Panthers. And in a game where both of those teams really need 2 points because they're kind of at that point kind of sitting in the bottom half of the conference. So even with throughout the injuries, a lot of different guys getting ice time. The points are really important. We can see the Eastern Conference standings right now in the Atlantic Division. It's, I think, 5 points between team first place and seventh place. So it's those points are paramount even when you're banged up.
Sounds like what the Oilers would just love, a big right-handed shot fourth line centerman that likes to throw his weight around and get involved. Isn't that something? Eduardo Encina with us on Sports 1440. And you mentioned that Finley scored his first goal against Florida. How much have you seen this rivalry ratchet up this year, especially after that preseason game, Eduardo?
Yeah, it's no joke. I mean, I kind of, I obviously I'm probably a little bit biased here, but I think it's kind of developed into the best rivalry in the league right now, because these teams, there is one thing when you have these built up rivalries, but these teams really do not like each other. There's no joke about it. They do not like each other. And yes, a lot of them will call each other teammates in a few months at the Olympics and stuff like that. But when they wear those uniforms, no matter who is on the ice, they just do not like each other. And a big part of that is because of, they've really stood in each other's way in a lot of ways when it matters the most in the playoffs. So, the Lightning got theirs, the Panthers are getting theirs. So, it's interesting every time they meet, and then you kind of see a little bit of we saw in the preseason, even you saw a couple of nights is even the coaches get involved in kind of some mind games and stuff like that in terms of who they're going to play, who they're not going to play. John Cooper's a lot quieter about his lineup before going into a Panthers game than any other game. And, I know last year, him and Paul kind of went back and forth on some lines that they had. We only hit guys with pucks and stuff like that. But, it's a physical rivalry. It's going to keep being that way. And I think every time they meet, it's what it's going to be. And, that last game on Saturday, it was the same way. It wasn't the same guys necessarily, but at the same time, I think it's a great rivalry, and it's only going to really get better. I think these two teams are here to stay, and with the playoff format it is, wouldn't be surprised if they keep playing each other in the first round.
And it's great for the league for sure. Eduardo Encina with us from the Tampa Bay Times. Victor Hedman, what's his availability for tonight or even moving forward? What's he missed, 2 or 3 now, Eduardo?
Yeah, I think it's 4 games. I think now he's missed, but Victor's been practicing, so it's a little bit of mystery because he's been practicing. He just hasn't played in games the last couple. So I think he will be in there tonight. Having said that, we haven't seen a roster move to make that kind of confirm that with either the defenseman that they called up the other night back to Syracuse. So, but the D-core is so banged up right now because you're without Edmund. You're without Ryan McDonough, who's still in IR. He's not going to be playing tonight. Eric Chernak was a late scratch on Tuesday, so we really don't know about him. They had an off day yesterday, so we really didn't see what was out there in terms of healthy bodies. So, you've got a lot of guys banged up. Max Crozier, a rookie who they think really highly of, a right shot guy. He's on IR too. So even when you're trying to plug in puzzle pieces of like who's on IR, who's coming up, who's coming down, it doesn't necessarily mean anything because there's so many guys who are out of the lineup. So, but they've actually played really well without Victor Hedman. Darren Radish has stepped up on the power play, done really well there. And he's been playing big minutes. I think Darren Radish has kind of been a guy who's really stepped up. He's obviously in their top 6-7 guys, but he's playing 24, 23 minutes now a night. So I think he's been a big guy for them too. And obviously guys like JJ Mosier who are stepping up too. He can play right side, left side. So yeah, I mean that one's another one we're gonna have to wait for it till about an hour or so till skate to see if he's out there, and he might even be a game time decision, to be honest.
What do you make of this Atlantic Division, Eduardo? For so many years, I don't have to tell you, it's been Tampa, it's been Boston, the Leafs in Florida sniffing around. Way different this year.
Yeah, it's a lot different, and I know that a lot of those teams, the traditional teams have been a little bit banged up and not necessarily playing their best. Now each one kind of has their own issues, but but I think it's good. I think everyone has always been waiting for that wave, right? Is for the Detroits, the Montreals, the Ottawas to come up. And I think, seeing the standings as they sit now, I think that's great for the league, is great for the competitiveness of it's what everyone kind of wants, is kind of this competitiveness throughout. So, and it's obviously still early, but I think, I don't think that the Lightning or anyone associated with them would say that they haven't thought that this division hasn't been competitive, and in some ways, and with the format is, you maybe you get a better matchup when you're that wild card 1 or wild card 2, so, and for them, it's just about making the playoffs. They've been to the mountaintop and winning President's trophies and seeing how that's worked out for them. So, and then they've been a wild card team and won the Stanley Cup. So, I think to them, it's just about, getting in and being your best as you go into the postseason. But I think it's great seeing some of these teams up there, and it'll be fun to watch as we go on. And obviously, like I said, we're really early, but I think it's great to see some of those other teams, towards the top too.
Hey, Eduardo, thanks so much for this. Always appreciate your insight and catching up with you, and enjoy the game tonight, and we'll chat soon. Thanks for coming on.
Anytime, Kevin. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
That's Eduardo Encina from the Tampa Bay Times. It's the Lightning and the Edmonton Oilers tonight in T-Bay, and that was the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where, again, those Jeep Wrangler 1500s, they got 0% financing for up to 72 months, all on the lot at stalbertdodge.com. When we come back, we will get to your text at 833-401-1440. Lots to sift through. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhauk beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhauking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Call to place your pre-order today at 780-986-2537.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Snow, colder weather, shorter days. November is officially here. But it doesn't all have to be bad news. If you're thinking about a new or used vehicle, now is the time. Massive savings, 0% financing, and don't forget tires at cost. Yes, that's right. We sell winter tires at cost. There's lots to celebrate in November. And as always, we'd like to thank all of those who have fought and served for our country. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Weekly NFL giveaways, drink specials, huge screen TVs. The hits keep coming at First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters. Watch NFL football at First Round, and you could win a trip to your favorite NFL city for a regular season game next season. Catch NFL action Thursday nights, all day Sunday, starting with the Pro Bowl brunch from 10:30 to 2. Then Monday night, with half-price boneless wings after 6 p.m. First Round, burgers, beer, sports. Downtown and Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermo a couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take one.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's going to love this for furnace season.
What's not to love with no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year?
Are you always like this?
Yep. Unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Sports 1440 is proud to support the Camrose Kinsman Radio Auction, Friday, November 28th from 6 p.m. to midnight on our sister station, New Country 98.1. All proceeds go to the Kinsman Club of Camrose to serve the community's greatest needs. Find out how to donate at sports1440.ca.
Watch out. They're back.
I don't know why you're treating me like the worst moving company in the region.
Get ready for a new season of the homegrown Crave original, The Office Movers.
All right, should we roll?
The hilarious hit series from creators Jay and Trey Richards.
We're building, we're elevating, we're moving up.
New space, new contract.
You guys need to go. The client is freaking out.
Where is the elevator?
It's busted.
The Office Movers. New season. Stream now. Only on Crave. Proudly Canadian. Subscribe at crave.ca.
With over 30 years of sports experience, this is the Kevin Karius Show, brought to you by Sports Select.
Bet on the original at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 742 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440. The Kevin Karius Show is presented by Sports Select. Get in on the action with Thursday night football. Bet on the original at sportselect.com. It's 100% legal. You got to be 18 plus. Please play responsibly. I believe yesterday on the fine program, the Duke of Delburne had an in or out about the Capitals and some players that were possibly stepping up and stepping forward. I think he mentioned Alexi Protas as being one of those guys. And lo and behold, he scored the first goal. I said I was going to probably pony off Alan May and say Connor McMichael. Man, lo and behold, he had 3 helpers, was +3 last night. Also, another guy that we talked about was Ryan Leonard, who had 2 big goals. You know, one player last night who really caught my eye, and we should be quite familiar with him here, and that was Justin Sordiff. I thought he had a hell of a game in a defensive role, if you want to call it that, and he played for the Edmonton Oil Kings. This is a guy that was traded, and they went on and, you know, was during all the COVID crap and all that and everything. But he came here and he, you know, had a half season. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he played like a half year. He was really good. He was part of the Florida Panthers is what he was. He was a Florida Panthers draft pick. And let me just punch up in when he got traded. He was traded for it was a second round pick. That's what I remember talking about. A second round pick in 2026. Traded from Florida to Washington. And this is a guy that, I mean, he was just buzzing all over the place last night. Traded from Vancouver to the Oil Kings, played about a half season here, had a pretty decent playoff, and has been bouncing up and down here. And maybe he's found a home in Washington in more of a checking role because he has some offensive talent. That's how it is with a lot of these junior guys. They go get called up, but they got to transform their game. They got to, You got to build on it. But, man, he was all over the place last night. Thought he had a pretty good game for a guy in a lesser role. Text 833-401-1440. Let's get to them at the top of the show. Corey says, you guys think with losing back-to-back cup finals, it's crushed the Oilers' will, love of the game? Kind of looks like it, he says, Corey. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that only adds fuel to the fire, Corey, should it not? I mean, these guys are pros. They want to get back. They want to finally attain the unattainable that's been, just so close to their grasp. And that goes with every player in every sport. I mean, there's so many instances where teams, players have had a tough road to hoe, and it makes it all the much sweeter when you get there. But the bigger thing is, it ain't easy getting there, is it? Hitch. Until the Oilers address goaltending, they're going nowhere. Sadly, the same song that's continued to play for years now. Again, you can talk about goaltending, and I think last night, to me, it's just certain parts of the game where if you can come up with a big save at that time, it translates into an opportunity because of how that game script was. How that game script turned out to be, where the Oilers were scratching and clawing, down 1-0, down 2-0, down 3-1, down 4-2, down 5-3. They kept clawing and clawing back. Well, you can only do it so many times. But again, the goaltending is just one part of the problem, which the bigger problem is team defense and everything that happens in your own zone, going through the neutral zone. When you break down all the goals, it's easy to see. It's easy to see the mistakes that can be so corrected easily. Uh-oh. Look out here. Look out, Duke. Look out now. Cody texts in, hey, guys, I'm from Castor, living in Edmonton now. Good luck in having fun playing in the Beaver Dome. Oh, boy. Tonight, my brother's the town doctor, and he'll be playing in the game. Again, the CFCW Critters and the Duke and I will be making the trip out to Castor tonight to play. I don't know if it's the men's hardball team we're playing. Anyway, he says, Cody says the men's hardball team is still called the Raiders. Anyway, good thing that the town doctor is going to be there, Duke. You never know.
Good
Probably
for you.
Mostly for SKS.
Maybe your heart.
No.
You'd be pressed into some high leverage minutes on the back end. Might take its toll on you.
I don't think so. Like I said, I got a good D partner tonight.
Yes, you do.
One
of the best.
I can foresee
stalwart.
I can foresee a changing of the partners halfway through the game. I'll play with Jules.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either if we're just getting victimized out there. The thing about you and I, Kevin, we're both guys with eyes up ice constantly. We have dreams of glory flashing in our vision.
I can guarantee you two things. You're going to see a lot of 3-on-1s, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'll probably see more because you're going to wander up. Okay, I'm too old.
I'm an excellent skater. I can recover, get back in position.
Okay. I will be
silky smooth.
I will be using the Paul Coffey line to Charlie Huddy. How's that sound? Right?
Yeah.
In our own zone.
Yeah, I'll take both corners. Don't worry.
I'll take care of the front of the net, Duke. You take care of both corners.
Yeah, that's okay. I can manage. I'm a brute in the corners. It'll only take a couple shifts, and none of the opponents will want to go in there with me after that.
Eddie just texted in, Eddie Steele. I'm already stretching and icing my back in preparation to carry the show tomorrow. Well, we're going to watch, I guess, on your phone, right? The first.
I think I might. I'll bring my my laptop, and then
okay.
I can hotspot the internet from my phone, hopefully, and maybe watch it on there. I'll make it a little bit easier.
We'll be able to watch 5. I wish it'd be a 5 o'clock start.
Yeah, because then we'd be able to see more of it on the bus, right? But
so anyway, we'll watch a little of that, and then on the way home, have to catch up a little bit here and there, I guess, for tonight's Oilers and Tampa Bay.
I wonder.
Like
these are nice buses we go on.
They're top notch. Yeah,
they're very nice. Seats are comfortable. They got the screens and stuff in them. Now, usually we throw on a movie or something, especially a long trip like this. But I have some adapters and stuff and some cables. I wonder if there'd be a way to plug my laptop into the system and get the Oilers game on the little screens.
I think that would be an awesome.
I might bring everything I have available and see if we can fab something up to make that happen.
Craig and Redder says, "Hey Kevin, don't bully the little guys at the game tonight."
Yeah, Kev, bully.
Regulator says, "Morning guys. I have to admit, being an armchair GM isn't for the faint of heart, and it's not. I mean, we get the passion. We feel it every day and morning here." Regulator, talking about trades, and they're just so hard. And I get where you're looking at it. He says like Bouchard and Mangiapane for Byram and Tuck, and talking about things trying to reset here. It's just so difficult to do. A side note: it's easy to call someone names hiding behind a phone, isn't it? Come on now. Thanks, Regulator. Eddie's going to be yakking about that tomorrow, is he not?
Oh yeah,
everything that's been going on. Oh man, Jordan, it's a great line, just not worth putting it on the air for what could happen. Even Duke's laughing at it, Jordan. Nice one though. Jordan comes up with some good ones. 833-401-1440. Kent McKenzie said the Stettler Imperials traveled to Castor last Friday. Reign supreme, unbeaten in regulation so far. The 60-plus Stettler fans drank all the beers by second intermission.
The Stettler fans travel well. I'll give them credit. And listen, the two closest teams to them are the Coronation Royals, but they play half their games out of the Beaver Dome in Castor, and then Delburne, obviously. So they tend to flood the opposition barns when they roll to town. They got a good team. Very good team. My brother-in-law plays for the Imperials.
Attica texts in, and those are the numbers that I talked about in the first segment, Attica. Goals against 80, 32nd. 5 versus 5 goals against, 32nd with 58. Team save percentage, 857, 32nd. P.S. Delburne's a dump. He always comes with that. Noel Rinsky, and I don't know about the high danger chances last night, if this is a correct stat. He says HD chances were 18-11 for the Oilers. I don't see that last night. I don't know where you get that stat from, Duke. Do you know? Penny, you might know. I have no clue. Other goalies make stops when the team makes mistakes. As I said, like it's 3-2, big save, massive save on Savoy by Thompson on the breakaway set in by Roslovic. And every game comes down to 3, 4, 5, 6 plays, does it not? And then when it's 4-3, 4-3, that's when the 5-3 goal comes on the 2-on-1. So
it looks like that number comes via natural stat trick, the 18-10. It said the Oilers had 10 high danger chances in the third period, which I don't know. I mean, qualify a high danger chance. I don't know if I'd stretch it quite that far.
That's the
but
problem.
They did really control the play. Like it said, the Capitals only had 1 in the third period, and I'm guessing it's the 2-on-1 that they scored on. And Thompson made some saves, but I said this to Donovan on the post-game show last night. Like, did he make any 10-bellers? I don't think so. I think he made 3 or 4 really good stops. But outside of that, it's the same old story. We've said it 100 times already this year. They did not make it difficult enough on the opposition goaltender or just the opposition in general in several different facets, let alone just their scoring chances. So,
Teed, Texan, Skinner for Gustafson. Both UFAs this summer. Wallstead emerging for Mini. You know what they're calling Wallstead now? No, you don't know? You haven't heard? His nickname, I believe, is now the Great Wall of St. Paul. Habman says, boys, maybe you should have recruited a few regular listeners for your team. Well, you imagine that, all these guys coming out, Duke?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly like I would understand if CFCW was interested in getting some listeners to play over Kevin and I I could see that, but I mean, Kevin and I are invitees to this team. There's guys there's guys on this roster that have been playing for like years. The whole 36 years the team's existed.
Like, I would have liked to be back in the day when Marty played.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been something. And tonight's a pretty monumental game because the legend, Billy Stokes,
his
last time suiting up.
Wow.
He's hanging him up. He just wanted to get one last game in this season. He was banged up a little bit last year.
Are we going to carry him off the ice on our shoulders?
I think we should.
Like Rudy?
Well, yeah, and I think you and I might have to be the ones doing it. Or maybe you and Double D. You guys are a little closer in height.
Wow. All we know is that SKS isn't involved.
No. He can trail behind, ready to catch him in case he falls off.
Well, that ain't happening either. You see those hands, those mitts? Cement mixer hands from SKS. Top of the hour, we're changing things up. Obviously, Mark Spector, Marty, is off to Portugal for the next week in a day or 2 days, I guess. Is he back next Friday or is he the full week? Anyway, Spec's gone till a week and a half, it is, I guess. So we'll make do. And we'll check in with Tim Enger and talk a little Alberta high school football because it's a big, big weekend this weekend and then even bigger the following weekend. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Nectar.io. Learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. That is Nectar.io, your business made better. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Edmonton Oilers lose a second straight last night. This one in Washington, 7-4 to the Capitals. Darnell Nurse, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl each with 2 points in the losing effort. Anthony Beauvillier with the game winner in the third period. Just 3 other games around the NHL. The Flames get the offense going, 6-2 win in Buffalo. The Wild take it in a shootout over the Hurricanes, 4-3. And the nightcap had the Ducks beating the Bruins 4-3. Off the ice, Winnipeg Jets extending captain Adam Lowry on a 5-year deal. It's going to carry a cap hit of $5 million moving forward. Lowry has served as team captain since the beginning of the 2023 season, all 12 of his NHL years in Winnipeg. Edmonton Oil Kings saw their win streak come to a halt last night at the hands of the Kelowna Rockets, 5-2, the final from Prospera Place in Kelowna. And over on the hardwood, Toronto Raptors stay hot with a 121-112 win over the 76ers. RJ Barrett leading the way with 22 points. Elsewhere, 8 of the games around the association. Denver beating New Orleans 125-118. The OKC Thunder cannot be stopped. 113-99. They top Sacramento SG with 33 points in that victory. And the Knicks, they sneak by the Mavericks 113-111. Coming up in hour 2, the Kevin Karius Show will be joined by Tim Enger from Football Alberta and Zach Lang from Oilers Nation. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Looking for the perfect used ride? Now's the time. Drive away for as little as $25 bi-weekly. Go Auto has over 7,500 used vehicles in stock with something for everyone. From budget-friendly cars and road trip-ready SUVs to powerful work-ready trucks. With around 70 locations across Canada, your next vehicle is closer than you think. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying for the first time, we've got the right ride at the right price. But don't wait. These deals won't stick around forever. Start shopping today at goauto.ca.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Winter snow and ice are nothing to fear when the Lawnmower Hospital's in your corner. Keep pathways clear of snow with the Echo PB770T backpack blower. Or go even bigger with the huge PB9010T. Right now, buy select commercial walk-behind BCS sweepers and get the Echo PB9010T for free. The Lawnmower Hospital has pet-safe, plant-safe ice melt, too. Visit lawnmowerhospital.com.
The Lawnmower Hospital.
At jackpotcity.net, you can do amazing things with just one casino chip. Discover a world of incredible casino games with over 500 high-quality online slot games, including the world-renowned progressive jackpot slot Mega Moolah. Play for free at jackpotcity.net and get treated as a VIP 24/7. So visit jackpotcity.net today on your tablet, laptop, or mobile. Jackpot City, a whole world of casino games. 18 plus. Please play responsibly. This is not a gambling website.
This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, a proud presentation of Sports Select.
In store or online at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8 o'clock in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on Sports 1440. And time now for On the Gridiron with Mark Spector gone for a good week. We've mixed her up, and it's brought to you by and powered by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. And it is a November to remember. You can save thousands of dollars on new and pre-owned inventory on the lot at Northgate. It's great selection, even better people, great people, in fact, at northgategm.com as we welcome in Tim Anger, Executive Director of Football Alberta, to the show. Morning, Tim. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. How you doing?
Doing great here, Tim. Always good to talk to you and talk about some local football, and it's been different this year for you. How have you guys navigated the last 6 weeks or so with everything that's happened that's out of your control with a teacher strike? But I mean, hey, the kids want to play, don't they?
They do. Like every once in a while, something comes into your life like COVID or teacher strikes or something like that, and you have to adapt. And there's no doubt the kids want to play, but we were working hand in hand with School Sports Alberta in terms of different scenarios that could be rolled out based on the length of the strike. And to the credit of the the ATA and other forces, once the teachers were ordered back, they did not go to work to rule and allowed the things that the teachers were committed to already to continue, such as high school football, high school volleyball. And so we did have a couple scenarios in mind. We were like days away from drop dead. We sure we keep playing, but Mother Nature has different ideas when we get into November. So the fact that we could push the whole provincial tournament back a week, we had an extra week in November this year to play with, has allowed the leagues to wrap up their playoffs in 1 week. And then we've advanced to provincials in the last week was the first week, and we're on to the semifinals this week.
Mm-hmm. How tough was it juggling because of the unknown and you weren't sure? As you said, you were a few days away from what could have been just the cancellation of the season.
Well, we did have the ifs, ands, or those. The ones I feel bad for is that we were able to rescue some semblance of playoffs in all the leagues across the province. But that meant that there's quite a few teams that weren't able to participate. So if you're a kid who's in your grade 12 year at a school that wasn't considered for the playoffs within their league, well, your season is essentially done. We did manage to get anywhere from 5 to 7 games in prior to the strike, so it's not like it was a totally empty experience for them. But you did feel bad about that. But we gave the leagues 10 days to sort out a playoffs, however they saw fit, and then from there we had the qualifications for provincials and been rolling ever since.
Yeah. Tim Anger with us, Executive Director of Football Alberta. So before we get to the Alberta Bowl and everything next weekend at JP, it's a big weekend this weekend, as you said, for the semifinals. We're going to have Tyler Greenslade from Harry Ainley on tomorrow's show, Tim, but maybe just run down a little bit of what football fans can expect around here and then, the rest of the province as well.
Well, if you're in the Edmonton area, you got a couple great games going on at JP Bowl this Saturday, starting at noon with the 4A semifinal in North. There you've got some real interesting teams like Austin O'Brien. God love those guys. They cause me fits every year. They're almost impossible to rank because they're the only 4A team that plays in Division 1 in Edmonton. So they usually head into provincials with a losing record. In fact, this year we had them ranked 10th, and then they just went and took apart St. Joe's from Grand Prairie last weekend and have a very good chance of moving on. Hunting Hills is a very strong team from Red Deer, but those Crusaders, they've the last 3 times they've made it to this game, they've won it. So you might want to put your money on them. And then following up with that, we got Harry Ainley versus Ernest Manning. This will be the 3rd year in a row that Manning from Calgary has come up to play the Titans. And the first year they upset them and went on to win their first ever provincial championship. Last year, Harry Ainley left no doubt. It was 63-0. It was over early. But this year, you know what? Manning is playing the best football in my mind right now in the province. And they've got Harrison Hyndman, their quarterback, was our quarterback for Team Alberta U18 this summer, which won the national championship. And that's really going to be something to watch him act out against arguably the best team in the nation, because that best team in the nation also has another star from our U18 program in the summer named Joel Thorpe. This kid single-handedly put Alberta on his back in overtime, and on 4 straight carries took him into the end zone to beat Ontario. So he's something to watch. I don't want to jinx the kid, but it's almost Chuba Hubbard-like, almost Chuba Hubbard-like. And the one thing about Chuba is the fact that he just last week he became the all-time Canadian rusher in the NFL for yardage. And this is a kid from Sherwood Park. And as great as he was, he went to provincial finals at Pee Wee, Bantam, and high school and never won them. So it shows you need a complete team effort to push it across the line. So that's the game I'm really going to want to be watching. But, other games out there, I mean, they're, actually probably the fiercest game if you're in Eastern Alberta and you want to go to Lloydminster. Lloydminster Holy Rosary High School is actually opening up their brand new artificial turf stadium this weekend. Construction delays and all that stuff kind of worked against them getting it going, but they get to play their arch rivals from St. Paul in the 3A Northern Final. And that one, you can talk about rivals out there and probably nobody gets it unless you've been involved with one, but those 2 teams really like to get after each other. So that's going to be a fun one to watch in Northern Alberta. And then in other areas, like the nine-a-side game, for those of you on the south side of Edmonton, Millwoods Christian has been playing 6-a-side for the longest time and decided to move up to 9-a-side this year. And they kind of had a middling year. I really want to see how they do against they play Wainwright this weekend. Because Millwoods Christian was dead and buried before the teacher strike. They lost their last game before going into the strike, 56-0 to Peace River. And then they came back from the strike and, were chosen to go to the playoffs, went to Peace River and beat them. So I don't know what was in the water in Millwoods during the teacher strike, but somebody's learned to play a little football. So, those are the area teams in the Edmonton area that are advancing to these things. There's tons of stories out there, and that's the beauty of this whole setup is, high school sports, university sports for that matter, maybe don't have quite the elan that they would across the border in the United States, but this is our own private little NFL, and everybody's at 5 different levels are playing in the AFC and NFC championships in their divisions this weekend. And if nothing else, the passion and pride and pretty decent weather will be on our side.
Tim Anger, Executive Director of Football Alberta, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. That's well said about the passion and the pride and the school spirit, because all the, everyone gets behind these games. Maybe just speak to the 6 and the 9-man football, because they don't get as much publicity, Tim. I would say that. But as you said, I mean, teams like the Ponoka Bronx and Bonnyville, this is their big deal this weekend.
It is. I mean, that's, I don't know what to say about the beauty of the adapted game, because it does allow schools that are small, like Breton High School, that is playing in the 6-a-side semifinals this weekend against St. Carlo Acutis from Camrose. There's maybe 70 kids in that school, and this allows them the opportunity to play football. You wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. The other thing about 9-a-side is that the great part about 9-a-side is it's a bit of a lifeboat too. If you're a 12-a-side program, regardless of your school size, and you've got a committed bunch of kids, but it's just not maybe to the level that you would need to compete at the 12-a-side or safely compete at the 12-a-side. The adapted level allows you to do that. You look at Bonnyville. Bonnyville was playing good football at 12-a-side for the longest time, but they're in a league with some real monsters in St. Paul and Holy Rosary and so on and so forth. And and they were having some participation issues as well. So this allows them to right size, go down there, and they've just taken off. They're undefeated this weekend. Ponoka's coming to town. Ponoka upset Wainwright in the semifinals last year. They're looking to do it again to Bonnyville. Again, these are the beautiful stories out there that that the locals really can relate to, and it's fun to watch these things. What we've tried to do also with through a director through School Sports Alberta is that all these games, for the most part, are webcast. Now, they're some of them are pretty high quality. If you want to watch the Ainley and Austin O'Brien games, they'll be really good stuff. And the Bonnyville one seems to be shot from somebody's cell phone camera on the sideline and put on Facebook. But you know what? It was fun to watch when you get that. You really do get a sense, especially watch the Raymond game. That camera's right in the crowd, and some of those people ought to be aware that volume is turned on, because some of the comments in the crowd are pretty interesting. But at the same time, it just shows you that communities can get behind their high school football programs. They can get behind a lot of things in the town, but this is just one of the things that we're very happy is out there for people to get behind.
Tim Enger with us on Sports 1440. I'll be the first, and I've, as you know, covered high school football for over 25 years at Global, and enjoyed. I mean, going to the games, and the stories are unbelievable. And I know, and I'll be the first to admit too that I should have given more credit to except for the Harry Ainleys, and you mentioned the 4As and 3As, but it just seems to be that's where we were drawn to because they were the top tier, and that's probably wrong on how we covered football back in the day at Global. But when you mentioned small communities, I was just thinking about the Raymond Comets and how good, in basketball and all the great players, the Ralphs and everyone coming out of there. What do you make of that other semifinal game in the South between Raymond and Notre Dame, Tim?
The one thing Raymond has done is they built this beautiful little football stadium down there. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not necessarily beautiful for teams to go visiting there because they tend to lose a lot, but the one thing that you'll notice about Raymond is they got these incredibly, I don't know, again, what's in the water down there. The athletes that they churn out, like you mentioned, are just off the charts. But they got Notre Dame coming to town. Notre Dame's from Calgary. Notre Dame's a very strong 5A program for a very long time. And I've been flabbergasted all year. Nobody's talking about these guys, and yet they're undefeated. And their last two games that they played in, they beat St. Francis in the de facto Division I championship in Calgary by a bundle. And then they absolutely took apart Salisbury last week when Salisbury went down to play them in the quarterfinals. So this is a good football team. However, you're playing a lot more than just the team on the field when you go to Raymond. There's a lot of ghosts floating around. There's a very passionate fan base, and so if they can pull it off, that's a really good football team if they go down there and beat Raymond.
So it's a big weekend this weekend, but it all culminates again next weekend when everyone's coming to town. Maybe just touch on the preparation for that, Tim.
Yeah, the last time we had the Alberta Bowl, which is the culmination of all the championships in town, we played it at Commonwealth Stadium, and came a bit of a price tag, but it was awesome for the kids. Now, unfortunately, this year the field is being replaced. So the minute the Elks were done, the field got torn up at Commonwealth. So we had to look for other venues, and no better venue out there other than Jasper Place Bowl. We were part of the renovation process a couple years ago to make sure that Jasper Place Bowl. I think I played my first ever high school game at Jasper Place Bowl back when it was just a dusty stretch of grass surrounded by a berm. No press box, no score clock, no nothing. And now it's got pretty much everything you could want. The Edmonton Huskies use that as a home base for their Canada junior games. So it's really looking good. The only thing I would caution fans on when you come, it has every amenity possible, but parking's not that great. You might want to park at JP Bowl or St. FX or something like that. It's the one Achilles heel of that facility, but we'll have games rolling on Friday. The adapted games, 6-a-side, 9-a-side, go on Friday, and then we go 3A, 4A, 5A on the Saturday. So if you're a football junkie and you own a parka, that's the place to be.
Yeah, no question. You also mentioned a few times here, Tim, about the under 18 team and how successful Alberta's been, across the country here. Maybe just to touch on that selection process, how that moves forward here in the future.
One of our hallmarks in Alberta that we've been very successful with our U18 team is we've right from the get-go in 1995, we've always established a good relationship with the high schools. That's not necessarily present in a lot of other provinces. High school associations tend to keep to themselves, but we've had a really good relationship with School Sports Alberta and the Alberta Schools Athletic Association prior to that. We're on first name basis with most of the coaches out there. So that's what helps us. We'll do the selection camps coming up in April, and we usually have about 415 to 475 kids trying out for 40 spots. So it's great. Kids come to that thing, I think, for more reasons than just to try and make the provincial team, because we also advertise it as a best on best. So if you're the top linebacker in your school, you can come to this tryout camp and see how you are against the top linebackers from everybody else. And maybe you're the guy that carries the day and get to play for us in the summer, but at least you know what it's like to play at the top level in the area there. So let's get through provincials, and we start sending out invitations in January, and we'll see these kids in the field in April.
And one last one for you, Tim. I know Football Alberta does a bunch of awards and things like that at the end of the year. And I just wanted to make note of Rob and Grace Zitlau, and that's the media award. And you talked about the fact of all these games being webcast and streamed. I mean, this would not even be feasible had not Rob been the guy that started this all many, many years ago.
Yeah, no, it's that was a tremendous tragedy during the COVID break when Rob and Grace lost their lives, and but we were quick to honor them in terms of allowing we put it's a small thing, but to put their name on an award for media, because it's guys like Rob and the people that are going to be shooting the webcast this weekend, the people that are going to be working on our website, all the things that get done electronically to support our sport are sometimes go unheralded. And Rob was the kind of guy, he was pushing for this stuff, and his successor Dave Foley's the same guy. He's just always, and they don't want to just do it. Like, you give them the opportunity to film one of these games and they're bringing out drones and second camera angle shots. And, it gets a little pricey sometimes with all those lifts you got to buy for them, but they want to do a great job. And we've been the beneficiary of that ever since Rob started pushing the buttons back in the day.
You better believe it. Hey, Tim, good luck this weekend and next weekend as well. Always great to have these kids on the gridiron. Take care, and we'll talk soon.
My pleasure.
Yeah, that's Tim Anger, Executive Director, Football Alberta. Tons of games if you want to check them out this weekend. And then next weekend, I mean, you can't get more high school football than what's going to be coming to Edmonton at JP Bowl. That is On the Gridiron, brought to you powered by Northgate Chevrolet, Buick, GMC. This truck's for you. When we come back, Zach Lang from Oilers Nation. He'll be subbing in for one Frank Saravalli today. That's on the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Ready for a silly hockey fans. Your partner in power just skated onto the ice. EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365. UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking. Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service. Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project. Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
Are you looking for safe and professional transportation solutions for your group events and sports teams? Look no further than Silent Rides, Alberta's premier charter bus company. Whether your group is big or small, Silent Rides has you covered. We offer state-of-the-art motor coaches, first-class service, and affordable rates. Get your quote today. For more information and to request a quote, contact sales at 877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
I'm getting McDonald's. You want anything?
Oh, yeah. I'll get I'm obviously going to get the McVeggie, medium fries and a medium fountain drink for $9.99. It's my favorite meal, and it's new. Plus, if I get that, maybe he'll want it too. And then he'll always thank me for introducing him to the McVeggie. I'll be a hero.
So, McVeggie fries and drink?
How'd you know?
You were thinking out loud again. Get yourself a McVeggie meal for just $9.99 plus tax for a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Your front row seat to thousands of legendary concerts is here. This Black Friday, save 75% on Stingray All Good Vibes through Prime Video channels.
Man, I feel like a woman.
For just $2.50 a month for 2 months, you can see the icons you love, Bruce Springsteen, Shania Twain, AC/DC, and more, right from your living room. Ready for the show? Subscribe at primevideo.com/Stingray. Prime membership required. Restrictions apply.
The cookie that gives back is back. Get a holiday smile cookie at Tim's from November 17th to 23rd. 100% of proceeds are donated to local charities, community groups, and Tim Hortons Foundation camps. Grab yours today.
Hand delivering a hamper to a family in need fills everyone's hearts with joy. Be part of the Holiday Hamper program. Adopt a local family and see the difference your groceries and gifts make firsthand. Sign up today at holidayhamper.ca.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Sports Select. Get in on the action with hockey. Bet on the original at sportselect.com. 100% legal. Must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
Stream on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. Weeksy texts in, said, my kid plays on AOB. Can't wait for the semis. Can Crush 65. Harry Henley ranked number 1 in the country for over a year. It's been, I was thinking like 10, 15 years. Can Crush has been a long time. Long time. Time now for the headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Getting snakes deep, giving 110% day in and day out. For all your plumbing needs, go to mrrooter.ca. As we welcome in Zach Lang from Oilers Nation. Good morning, Zach. Thanks for jumping on the Kevin Karius Show this morning. Really appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Kevin. Happy to come hop on talk a little hockey.
You betcha. Hey, what'd you make of that game last night as a whole? Just in the same sense that a lot of the same old, I guess, Zach.
Yeah, it feels like the same game that I've watched like 18 or 19 other times this season. They get down early, they're chasing the game, they have a big push in the third period, and they come up just short. It's kind of been the MO for the Edmonton Oilers this season. It's been frustrating to watch for sure. The team's fallen to a 500 record here after last night, and they're still trying to dig down, but they got to dig up to kind of get out of this hole. A little Simpsons reference there for any of the deep cut fans.
Yeah, the first rule of getting out of a hole, Zach, is to stop digging, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and they always say to it, when things are going bad, they're not going as bad as you might think for when you're trying to get out of it. Like they always say on streaks, well, at the end of a bad streak, you're probably playing better than you think the results are. And the same thing when you're on a really good roll, you're probably not playing as well, but things are going well for you. I just kind of wanted to bust down a few of the goals last night and where you thought, and again, with this defensive responsibility and the defensive play and the accountability position, everything like that, where are you on that subject with this team right now, Zach?
Yeah, I think it's definitely an issue defensively right now for this team. I don't think that they're doing a good enough job on these goals against of defending in their own zone. I think so many times we've seen this season there be goals scored where, 3, 4, 5 Oilers are kind of just standing around defensively. The goaltending needs to be better. Make no mistake about it. Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard simply aren't giving the Edmonton Oilers enough right now. But I also don't really think that the Oilers are necessarily, bailing them out either, especially defensively here. These mistakes that we're continuing to see from this team are just really egregious, sloppy, lazy errors. And there's still going to be instances where, the other team is scoring a good goal. I mean, look at Ryan Leonard's goal last night. He outmuscles Evan Bouchard, makes a drive wide and buries it past Skinner. Like, that's a good goal. I'm not going to necessarily fault Skinner on that one, right? But, I think there's some others where it's kind of like, okay, you'd like to see your goaltender have that one.
We were talking about that earlier, Zach, in the sense if it's a 3-2 game and the Oilers are trailing in the second period, Matt Savoy gets sent in on a breakaway. Logan Thompson comes up with that big save. And as you mentioned, there's certain times where you need that big save. And Skinner had the opportunity to do that last night. And I'm not solely blaming this on Stu. I just because things are so bad in front of him. You mentioned the Bouchard, lackadaisical effort on Leonard. But when I look at how Stu's playing that one, with two guys coming at him, or one guy for sure coming at him is pretty well full bore, he's a statue. He's frozen. He's not, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't play that right. So people talk, our text line blows up on Stu almost every day. Blows up on Darnell Nurse. It blows up on Evan Bouchard. That's just the simple facts, and that's the truth. More importantly to me, though, is how you get out of this. And I'm sure, you've been around and covered the game long enough where players are instructed by coaches, but sometimes it just has to come from within. And you have to be able to look at it and go, I got to be the guy that rights my own ship. And then, those dominoes will fall and momentum gains. But I don't know. I mean, are you one of those guys, Zach, that you would rather see changes to personnel? Where are you at, like, when a team is, at 500 right now, as you say?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, there's nobody out there that's going to be throwing the Edmonton Oilers a life preserver right now, right? I mean, nobody in the NHL is going to try and help bail out the Edmonton Oilers. So I think from that extent, it's going to have to come internally, right? Evidently, one of the nice things that has been going on is Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl have been playing better over the last, let's call it, 7 to 10 days here. It feels like that loss to Colorado really kind of woke them up a little bit. So, on one front, that's good to see. On the other hand, I mean, I think there's a lot of passengers on this team right now. Look at the fact that, David Tomasek's goal last night was the first goal from the bottom six since October 28th. I mean, you're not going to win hockey games that way. The goal share for the Edmonton Oilers when McDavid and Draisaitl are off the ice is as bad as it's ever been in their time here in Edmonton. There's a lot of players not named Connor McDavid up and down this roster that really need to level their game up here. Andrew Mangiapane, an absolute ghost right now. I can't think of one thing that he has done this season that's made me say, wow, look at this guy. Same thing goes for a guy like Trent Frederick. Hey, nice 8-year contract extension you got. You got 1 goal in 22 games here right now. Granted, it was a nice goal, breakaway goal on Igor Shesterkin in Madison Square Garden. But what else have you done? I mean, there's been so many instances where I've watched him, let up when he could be finishing checks. Zach Hyman back in the lineup, that's great to see. I kind of liked him on the third line last night. I thought it added a little bit more depth to this team. The injuries are an issue too. I mean, you're without Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Kasperi Kapanen's been out of the lineup for a couple of weeks now. They've dealt with other injuries so far this season as well. So I think it really kind of comes down to the remainder of this roster leveling their game up. And, maybe we see a recall of a Connor Clattenburg here in the next week and see him come up into the lineup. And I don't necessarily think it's the right move or the best move or anything like that. But, I wrote on Oilers Nation the other day. I watched his game last Saturday against Coachella. He had like 3 fights, a ton of big hits. He's not a terrible player away from the puck either. Like, a guy who's on the puck all night long. Like, maybe the Oilers just need somebody who can come into the lineup and really just give them some juice, because evidently they are not getting any from the group that they've got. And the fact that we're even sitting here talking about maybe recalling a 19-year-old fourth liner to bring the team some energy, maybe just really paints the picture of where the Oilers team is at right now.
That's a fair comment, because again, so much of this stuff can and should happen from within so many guys. And I think everyone after Saturday night thought that, okay, Zach Hyman's back and he's going to do it all for us. Well, it doesn't work that way. You got to have it from within yourself. And you mentioned Oilers Nation, and there was an article, and I got to thank Tricky Dicky Richard for this, because Frank Saravalli is usually on Thursdays, as you know, Zach, and thanks for filling in for Frank. He's going to be on tomorrow. And Tricky Dicky said, hey, are you going to ask Frank about his comment about Paul Coffey and Chris Knobloch reportedly butting heads in one of the many shows that Frank does? And I believe it was on the Bleacher Report. I think it was on there. I'd have to double check. But anyway, I think Coombsy wrote something on Oilers Nation. I was just looking at during the break here. Do you think, and this has been talked about a lot. We discussed the Paul Coffey thing. Do they miss him? Is the coaching staff fragmented? You have Glenn Gulletson moving. Where are you at with what you see from the coaching staff right now, Zach?
Well, I think that's another great point too, right? This is the first time that we've really seen Chris Knobloch select his coaching staff, if you want to say it that way, right? I think there's probably a bit of an adjustment period going on, with Paul McFarland coming in. Paul Coffey leaving. I don't know, man. If we're really sitting here and being like Paul Coffey is the answer to all of the problems that the Oilers are facing right now, I think we got way bigger problems with this team than we all want to really talk about right now. I'm not going to sit here and expect Paul Coffey to come down, swooping in from the owner's suite once again and saving this team. And if that's what it takes, then that's pretty indicative of this defensive group and this team as a whole, right? I don't think one coach is going to make a difference. I think it's an interesting report. You look at a guy like Knobloch, he, comes off as more quiet, more reserved, picks and chooses his moments. From what we've heard about Paul Coffey, he's the complete opposite. Maybe the Oilers need that fire, that bit of energy from behind the bench. From a coach, but maybe they just got to figure out how to, find it within themselves.
Yeah.
These guys are all professionals, right? Do we need Paul Coffey down there holding their hand? I don't think that's a really good, indication of where this team is at.
I can also say, Zach Lang from Oilers Nation's our guest on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. When Paul Coffey was hired at the same time as Chris Knobloch, 98 out of 100 listeners here didn't like the hire.
Yeah.
98 out of 100. And now 98 out of 100 want him back.
Well, and you know what? Paul Coffey didn't even want the damn job in the first place. He didn't.
No,
he even said that in his interview when they opened it up. He's like, yeah, I didn't really want to do this, but, they kind of wanted me to come down here and take a look at things. So it wasn't like it was going to be this long-term solution or anything like that he was going to be, a coach for 5 years, right?
Well, I can guarantee you, I was one of the first guys that did a one-on-one with Paul Coffey, just only because, knowing him for a long, long time. We sat on the bench, and he said to me, looked me right in the eye, no. Yeah, this isn't something that I inquired about. They came to me. I thought about it, wasn't sure, and I'm only doing it for this year. But what happened was they got so darn close, and he had a lot of fun, and it invigorated him. And they got so close to within a game of the Stanley Cup, a goal of sending it to overtime, then he wanted one more crack. He thought maybe that, they could finish the job. That's the difference. So, hey, Zach, I just want to maybe talk a little baseball for a quick minute or two here, just with the Jays and where they are right now. We've seen a couple, the QOs and everything. Where are you at with, the guys that the Blue Jays may be searching out, and everything revolves around Bo Bichette, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. That is pretty much the biggest shoe that, it's kind of waiting to drop for the Blue Jays right now. No surprise he doesn't take the qualifying offer. I still think that the Jays are the front runners and should be the front runners for Bo Bichette. This is a guy that you have brought up in your organization for a long time. This is a guy that, your team was literally a swing of the bat away from winning the World Series. And I think he's somebody that this franchise absolutely needs to have and keep around. I think you keep him at second base. I'm okay with that. You can keep Andre Jimenez there at shortstop. I thought he looked good there in the postseason this year. And then, okay, where does the team kind of go from there, right? There's some interesting Japanese players that have been posted, a starting pitcher. I can't exactly recall his name at the moment. And then, a big home run hitter, Murakami as well.
Yeah.
So, could those guys be options? And then when you look across MLB right now, a guy like Kyle Tucker is somebody the Jays are reportedly in on pretty heavily right now. I think if you're able to walk out of this winter re-signing Bo Bichette, that's definitely a win. And, getting Kyle Tucker, adding him to this lineup, to this outfield, would be a massive, massive boost for the offense on this team. I still think they need a starting pitcher or two, probably add another bullpen piece or two. But I think overall, I would just really like to see this team spend money in free agency this winter. It feels like there's a number of guys that kind of fit the bill of what the Blue Jays are looking for and what the Blue Jays need. I think it's going to be a really interesting next couple of weeks here.
Well, I think a lot of people are looking forward to that, and because of the hype and the excitement that they generated. Hey, thanks for filling in on short notice with Frank not being able to step in today. Zach, really appreciate it as always. Take care, and we'll talk soon.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
That is Zach Lang from Oilers Nation, our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Reuter, the true goat of local plumbing. That's mrreuter.ca. Hey, one thing I wanted to mention to you, Duke, the Mikko Rantanen hit on Alex Romanov. Were you surprised that there was no suspension at all?
I was.
I think a lot of people are.
And I mean, Schlemmer kind of called it yesterday, but even he was a little overzealous on it, right? Like he's like, yeah, I want to see it suspended because as a guy that's been in those vulnerable positions and, been kind of punished by forwards in on the forecheck like that. Sometimes he had a little bit of extra insight on it. He's like, yeah, it probably won't though. Probably he kind of envisioned a fine maybe for him, but it's a tough hit, and it's kind of funny because I don't know. Do you think when a guy like Patrick Waugh, who is so outspoken, like when he makes those comments, he obviously wants to defend his players and stick up for his players, right? I mean, he's a former player himself. But does the league look at that and say, you're being a little too outlandish, and I'm not saying that influenced their decision, but does it play any sort of role whatsoever in the decision-making process?
It shouldn't at all.
Well, I 100% agree it shouldn't.
And we've seen how bombastic Patrick Waugh can get and how animated he can be. And man, what did they say? What color did they say his face was there when he walked?
A few shades beyond red, I think.
His head down the tunnel. I mean, here's the thing: like when you hear and you talk to the players and you talk to the guys that are in the game, that've been on the ice, they always say, "Well, this is the hit we want taken out of the game." And this is the thing that's dangerous. This is about player safety. It's about the respect. It's all of the things that we just mentioned. And then when the league goes, didn't really see anything there. That's what people don't understand, I think. That's what the players don't get. Looking forward to the next Islanders Dallas game anyway. When is it? It's in January or February or something. Hey, when we come back, we'll get to some more of your text, 833-401. 1440. Why don't we talk about the Toronto Raptors with old Fenny Fenwick? 5 wins in a row? Second in the Eastern Conference? Can this be possible? That's coming up after the break. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. Presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Stories are told to make a point, and GS Construction takes them very seriously. We're not talking about fairy tales. GS Construction looks at the story old pipes tell us, a tale of time and pressure and endurance. So when those old pipes are ready to end their story, GS Construction starts a new chapter by repairing or rebuilding, or in some cases, renewing the underground infrastructure that supports our modern lives, making sure every community's story continues on safely and reliably. For more, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
For one day only, Friday, November 21st, The Brick is releasing Black Friday deals early. Get a sneak peek at the hottest offers on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Save 65% off sofas when you buy the matching love seater chair, up to 50% off mattresses, and up to $1,000 off when you buy 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, they pay the GST. Check out more one-day-only deals and additional offers in-store. Some exclusions apply. See in-store for details. The Brick, saving you more.
Big guests, bigger takes. Jason Greger brings the names you know and the stories you don't. Weekdays, 2 to 6 on Sports 1440. Don't miss a minute of the action on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
This hockey season, they're all in at Metal Supermarkets. They were even practicing the wave around the lunchroom table. Till Bob's soup splattered everywhere.
I'm so hungry.
Poor Bob. Oh, well, gotta love the passion. Speaking of which, their team is all in on cutting metal to your exact specifications. And fast. Metal Supermarkets, the local convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:43 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you, along with Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. Kevin Karius Show is presented by our title sponsor, Sports Select. Pick up one of those QR codes. It's so easy. Just go to the website, sportselect.com. There's a step-by-step video presentation. Sportselect.com. It's 100% legal. You must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Two things I want to mention just with the Oilers with you, Duke, last night. And we brought it up with David Schlemko yesterday about the emotion after scoring a goal and being fired up. And, you know, and it's different when you score a goal on the road. It's emotionally different than at home because obviously the crowd is the number one factor here. But at times you can still celebrate. You can be happy. You can show some emotion. When you think of the goals that were scored last night, I mean, the only goal that I really recall having everyone fired up is David Tomashik. You know, he's fired up. You just watched the Ryan Leonard goal, how jacked he was going around Bouchard and then deking a statuesque Stuart Skinner. He's jacked. I mean, Alex Ovechkin, he's scored 904 goals or whatever. He's jacked all the time. And I mean, Schlemko said he was going to really notice that, right? Schlemmer was, I'm going to watch this tonight. Watch it. I don't know. Is that something you're noticing a lot more? Our texters sure talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, like we said with Schlemmer yesterday, I think it has reached a point that it is worth noticing. But at the same time, I think it's just a microcosm of some larger issues that the team is currently enduring, which is kind of boils down to it seems like an oversimplification, but like they're not having any fun. They're not playing freely, right? Everything seems really bound up and tightly wound and gripping the sticks pretty tight, and that internal pressure. And like to be honest, Kevin, I look at the Flames game last night, right? They're the worst team in the Western Conference. They cannot score to save their life. You have a guy who is all but certainly not going to be on this team for any more than the next couple months. He scores a goal on the road in Buffalo, and he's still doing his thing, like mean mugging the crowd in the front row and stuff like, and this is Rasmus Anderson I'm speaking about. Like, that's kind of his bit, right? He's done it a few different times. If you look at the Flames and they don't have any expectations or pressure, that they still stink, right? Like, compare them to the Sharks. Sharks have no expectations, but they're having fun, playing loose, young team. The Flames are not necessarily that, but they still don't have any expectations. And in a game that doesn't matter, the goal is like a 1 or 2-0 goal in the first period, and he's still doing that. Like, that is to me the difference between a team that is still, I don't know, enjoying themselves and a team that isn't. And the Oilers are not enjoying themselves right now. It's tough to, despite the fact that, well, I guess it's 5 points now after the Ducks win again last night. But you're within a few games striking distance of the division lead, not just a playoff spot. Forget a playoff spot. The division lead. You're 3 wins away from a division lead.
You mentioned the Flames. I know it's basically on one game, the 9-1 loss.
Yeah.
The Oilers' goal differential is only 3 better than the Flames right now.
And what's been the story on the Flames the whole year? This team stinks.
Worst team in the league.
They can't score to save their lives. Donovan and I are sitting at the bar watching the game of first round last night, and the Flames game was on some of the other TVs, and they make it 2-0. And I say, whoa, offensive explosion in Calgary. They scored 2 goals on the road. Their average is less than that, I think.
The other thing I wanted to bring up before we bring in Josh Fenwick and talk Raptors for a few moments, I really wanted to watch Jake Wallman last night, so I put a microscope on him. He stopped moving his feet for a long time now, and it was evident like crazy the last few games. Totally stopped moving the boots, totally gliding so often at so many areas of the ice. And when you do that, you are in a world of hurt, man. As soon as you stop moving your feet, you're a step behind, and Wallman has been a step behind for the better part of this season. For a while, I gave him a pass, Duke, because he missed all the camp and then the start of the season. But this has gone on far too long. And if you really want to put a set of eyeballs on him tonight, maybe he changes tonight, but his boots are slow. He's not moving at all, and it's causing him, and maybe this is something with an injury that is still prevailing. No idea. But, I mean, you can talk about Kulak last night, too, on the first 3 goals. He was on the ice, -3, -3 already. You know, the game's half period old. They got a lot of things to clean up. We'll get to some text 833-401-1440, but bring in old Fenny Fenwick, as Eddie would call him, Eddie Steele, Josh Fenwick. Now listen here. I know you said that the Toronto Raptors would be in second place in the Eastern Conference at this time of the year. Did you not?
I definitely did not. I had next to no expectations for this team going into the season, and let alone they're making, I think, everybody that watches the NBA sort of eat their words. We didn't think Brandon Ingram would be this good, but he is. And we didn't think that Scotty Barnes would take a jump, but he did. And same with RJ Barrett. And they signed a guy, Mamu, because I'm not going to attempt to say that last name.
Come on now.
Mamushvili, something along those lines.
Sandro Mamukelashvili.
See, I don't even know if that's right. They just call him Mamu on the broadcast. That's how.
Kalashvili.
But they're playing really, really well, and it's a welcome surprise. And we had a Leafs guest on 2 days ago who's like, I can see, or no, it must have been Jay Kahn yesterday who said people switch over to the Raptors if the Leafs don't turn it around. And the Raptors are putting out a great product. They're third in the league in field goal percentage. They're shooting 50%.
I'll be honest. I'm watching parts of games right now because I'm more excited about some cohesiveness, and I'm seeing the chemistry,
absolutely,
and the balance. And that's where I'm seeing. And I mean, listen, I'll be the first to say I'm not a big basketball guy. I enjoy parts of the game, but not all of the game. But when you see, sometimes when you know less about a sport, sometimes you can see a little bit more at times.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying all the time, but just little tiny things. And that's something that I see with these guys right now, with just the balance of not just scoring, but they're pulling together here. And let's be honest, there's some of the bullets are going to start flying here with some better, stiffer competition.
Absolutely. But for now, it's fun to enjoy it for sure. But yeah, I'm enjoying the product they're putting out, and they're shooting really well. And what you said is, yes, the chemistry is fantastic.
It's kind of neat to watch. And I mean, like you said last night, you talked about Ingram, 22. Barnes had 16, but he had 9 boards.
Nine boards. He was the best defensive player on the court. When he's on the court, everybody's better. His plus minus for the season is through the roof, which again, not the best indicator, but when over game by game, but over a season, you can tell. So yeah, the team is firing on all cylinders, and they're getting it from everybody.
Yeah. Some games, maybe not so much last night when you're looking at scoring from your bench, because the starters are all like, again, Ingram had 22, Barnes 16, Peltel had 19, 22 for RJ Barrett, who, I mean, this is, again, just because he's Canadian, love watching him.
Oh yeah, the Maple Mamba, love it. And he's gotten much better at free throws, which is a very, very welcome sight. Scotty Barnes had 6 turnovers last night, and they still won by 9, but we'll just say 10 for the sake of it.
I noticed this too, Terry. I was just looking at the standings. Terry texts in 833-401-1440. The Flames have more wins in regulation than the Oilers have right now.
Yeah, because they won in regulation against the Sabres last night. They
got
tied.
5. They've got 5. The Oilers have 4.
It's a tough beat. I brought that up on the lowdown the other day. It's like, just so we're all aware.
Triple C goes, it looks like Wallman is hurt or something. Triple C also threw this one out a little while ago, and I think this is something we're going to pursue. I think we need a little help from some of our lower guys here, like yourself, Josh, that are, just starting to get things rolling in an organizational standpoint. Triple C says, how about the 1440 outdoor rink game this year? Now, this is something that you should be putting together, Josh. This would be perfect for you to work on your organizational skills.
How does that fall on me, organizing the 1440 ODR
game? And I think we can do it at Laurier Heights. Triple C goes, I bet we could easily get 30 guys and 2 goalies. Go out for like a little late afternoon, have a couple.
Duke, you're in goal.
Whatever. No, Duke's out. He's out.
All right, then.
I think there'd be a lot of our texters that would like to come out and, maybe, who do you know? Like, could you imagine Tricky Dicky coming out and meeting MTR? This is what needs to happen. Like, this is like a kumbaya moment.
Kevin Karius bringing people together since
1954 a.m.
1948.
Listen, dude, I'm no coward or bully. I'll put this together.
Wow.
I'll help make it happen.
What a hero effort.
Yeah, right. Beer man, how about this, eh? Need a big league beer guy for your outdoor game. Could you imagine the beer man after his thousands of games that he's done up and down the stairs at Commonwealth, Rexall, Rogers? He comes in with the big white, what do you call it? It's like a case over the shoulders.
I don't know, what do you call it? Like a tray, but it's like like you said, a sling tray.
There's got to be holes that are poked in the bottom of that because there's so much beer.
Spillage, and then it just gets heavier.
Well, it gets heavier.
But then as opposed to what? Leaking out all over your thighs?
Well, you got to have them in the far corners, Duke. You bend over.
Yeah,
and
but then
goes
if you're
down.
walking up, they're just going to go there and just run back down the bottom of the tray.
Yeah, but you're not going to have those. You got
I
to
don't
have it
know.
at the front.
But I guess maybe you probably have like an apron on. Maybe. I don't know. Now that I think, but like they don't have those. Those guys aren't really out as much anymore, right?
Well,
They
you
like,
never see them anymore.
go up and
Just
down.
Beer
Hey,
Man.
get your beer.
Yeah.
Ice cold beer.
I told you in Beer Man, this will bring back memories for you. The guys back in the day that had the tennis ball, right? You know, you had the tennis ball with the slit in it. And if you ordered 2 beers, they'd pass them down the line. And this is baseball games, maybe football too. Put your $20 in the beer in the tennis ball, throw it to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Guy would put the change back or whatever, or keep the
Your
change.
beer
take the
guy
money.
need to have some pretty good hands.
Wow, absolutely. Right on, right on. Top of the hour. Hey, we're going to talk a little NFL football. King of Fort Nasty says, hey, Karius, stop bullying Fenny. You're going to get it, Fenny. You're going to get it. Top of the hour, we're going to talk Thursday night football with Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle, see where the Texans line up for this game tonight. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by, you know what, and we better mention this right now, brought to you by First Round, because tonight's the night. You could win an NFL jersey tonight at both locations. Plus, you get 50% off boneless wings. Now, what we're talking about here in the next hour or so, Mark Levers from First Round is going to bring in some boneless wings for Laddie Schmid and myself. Maybe you guys too as well. I'm not sure. But I'm sure, everyone's going to have a little taste, a little sample. He asked me what kind of flavors we were interested in last night. But anyway, check out Thursday Night Football. We should probably do the $50 gift certificate too, right? I guess, Duke, yeah. So we'll do the $50 GC as well. That's all coming up. But here's a first round update brought to you by First Round. Here is the Duke.
The Sports 1440 update.
Oilers lose in Washington last night, 7-4 at the hands of the Capitals. Darnell Nurse scored twice. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, each with a pair of points, but not enough. Ryan Leonard netted a pair, and Anthony Beauvillier with the game winner for Washington. Just 3 of the games around the NHL last night. Flames beat the Sabres 6-2. Wild get past the Hurricanes 4-3 in a shootout, and the Nightcap had the Ducks over the Bruins 4-3. Off the ice, Winnipeg Jets extending Adam Lowry with a 5-year deal, carries a cap hit of $5 million AAV. Lowry, been the team's captain since the beginning of the 2023 season, has played all 12 of his NHL years in Winnipeg. Edmonton Oil Kings win streak came to an end last night at the hands of the Rockets. 5-2, the final from Kelowna. And in the association, the Raptors win their 5th in a row, 121-112 over the Sixers. RJ Barrett leading the way there with 22 points. Elsewhere, 8 of the games, including Denver over the Pelicans, 125-118. And the OKC Thunder continue to roll now 15-1 after a 113-99 win over Sacramento. SGA, 33 points in the victory. Coming up in hour 3 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle covering the Houston Texans, and our Thursday co-host, former NHL defenseman, Vladislav Schmid. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Mr. Rooter watches the big game. Go deep! What you watching, Mr. Rooter?
The Plumbing Olympics. Frankie Drain Dragon Sanchez is attempting to break the world record in the 100-meter snake. Watch! Wow! Did you see that? He snaked out a 50-pound clog. And in the middle of that wad, a gold medal. What theater?
Yeah, that's very cool, Mr. Rooter. For a plumber who's good as gold, call Mr. Rooter.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and people who suffer brain fog might think it's just going to be part of their life. But listen, I've seen a 38-year-old mom managing a concussion read her kid a bedtime story without losing the plot, all because of cognitive rehab that rewires the brain like a GPS reboot. Your brain isn't broken, it's buffering. One missed beat in focus, memory, or balance snowballs into frustration, falls, or forgotten keys. Stroke, concussion, long COVID, even aging can all lead to brain fog. Cognitive rehab works. Check us out at leadingedgephysio.com before your next "where'd I put my phone" moment.
Backed by popular demand, Folsom Prison Revisited. The story of one of the greatest concerts in history returns to the Jubilee Auditorium this Saturday. Step back in time before, during, and after this iconic Johnny Cash performance. You'll relive an event that changed the life of Johnny Cash and changed music forever. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca and the Jubilee box office. Brought to you by Stars and Stories Live.
It's the Nissan Black Friday event, a full month of excitement packed with awesome vehicles and exclusive offers. Right now, finance the Nissan Kicks for 0% for 24 months. Plus, get $1,000 Nissan bonus and enjoy an epic ride wherever you go. This Black Friday, we've got great offers and limited inventory. Get yours today before they're all gone. These offers won't last. Go see your local Nissan dealer or Nissan.ca for more details. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
A veteran of the Edmonton sports scene for over 3 decades, the Kevin Karius Show, powered by Sports Select.
Bet on the original at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 9:01 in Edmonton. Time to talk a little Thursday night football. We've got the Buffalo Bills in Houston to take on the Texans tonight. And let's welcome in Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle. Morning, Matt. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it. And we got you, Matt.
Hey, guys. Good to hear from you.
Matt. Thanks for jumping on. Really appreciate
it. Can you
it.
hear me?
Yeah, we got you now. Loud and clear. Clear. Thanks for coming on, Matt. When you look back to last week's game tape between the Bills and Tampa and what Josh Allen did, man, I couldn't imagine what was going on in the film room this week with the Houston defense. What do you think was happening when they were looking at that performance?
Yeah, they actually have a lot of experience against Josh. They played him last year, and Josh Allen probably had the worst game of, I wouldn't say career because he wasn't great his rookie year, but the worst game he'd had in a while. So I think they had some confidence, but yeah, you watched that performance last week and they're like, this might be a different Josh Allen. But they made him look bad last year, so they're going to try to do the same thing. They do have a great pass rush, but Josh Allen is hard to bring down.
No question. Well, maybe just touch on that pass rush, Matt, led by Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 guys on each end. They kind of meet at the quarterback, so 2 leaders in that locker room too. But Will is just a sensational player. I think he's got a sack in 5 straight games, the longest active streak in the NFL right now. And he had the trifecta, the sack, forced fumble, and fumble recovery last week against the Titans that kind of sealed that game. Danielle had 3 sacks, I think, 2 weeks ago. So 2 elite pass rushers, which is what you need in this league. But like I said, Josh is mobile, gets out of the pocket, and even if you catch him, you're not necessarily going to bring him down.
Mm-hmm. Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle, our guest on Sports 1440. Give us an overall assessment of this team right now. 500 after 10 games, Matt. Obviously, the quarterback situation has been on the front burner with C.J. Stroud out. But your overall thoughts on where this team is heading to the final 7 games here?
Yeah, a little disappointing. I think they were probably favorites in the AFC South, but that was before people realized the Colts are actually pretty good. So, I mean, at 5-5, they're just barely out of the playoff hunt. They really needed C.J. Stroud back for this one to give them a good chance against Buffalo. It's hard for me to imagine Davis Mills being able to beat Buffalo, but a home game on Thursday night, you never know. But they still have 2 games left with the Colts. So those would be 2 key games. They're obviously 3 games back of the Colts now, so they'll need some help. But if you sweep the Colts, then you're right back in it. But yeah, I think they expected to probably be 7-3 at this point. They've just lost some close games. They lost last possession game against Tampa Bay. They were in the Seattle game. They lost. They were driving to beat the Rams in the season opener, fumbled the ball there inside the 20. So a lot of close games went against them, which is why they're 5-5.
Yeah, and it's not crazy to say that they're out of it here in the division because they do have those 2 games left against the Colts. So what's the thought process for this team?
Yeah, and I think the Colts play Kansas City this week. So you beat the Bills, there's a chance you gain a game. There's a lot of thought in Houston that Indy's maybe not as good as their record. They haven't beat a ton of great teams. So there's some hope from Houston fans that maybe they're a little the record's a little inflated, but you have to win both of those games for sure. So I think CJ Stroud will be back next week, it seems like. So that'll be a huge game at Indy next Sunday with CJ Stroud back at the helm.
How close was Stroud this week in the sense that he could have played tonight, Matt?
Yeah, really close. I mean, if this game was a Sunday game instead of a Thursday game, I think he definitely plays. He practiced for the first time Tuesday. So you need to go through 2 workouts and get cleared. So he practiced Tuesday. I think he went through a workout yesterday, but the independent neurologist just wasn't comfortable clearing him yet. Give him 3 more days, he probably plays. So that's kind of a tough break to have the Thursday night game come up in that spot.
Yeah.
They played okay for a backup quarterback. They won 2 in a row with him in there. So give him the ball and see what he can do.
Talk about giving the ball to a guy. What about Woody Marks, Matt? It's almost like he's having a good game and then a bad game, more usage, less usage. Where are they at with distribution in the backfield with a guy like Woody Marks?
Yeah, I think Woody has taken over as the number 1 back. I mean, he's not going to get 20 carries, but not many backs in the NFL do these days. But I think he's surpassed Nick Chubb. It's hard to judge a running back in this offense just because the offensive line is not good. The offensive line has played better the past few weeks, but I think you got to get some more linemen in there, which will be the focus of the draft, I'm sure, before you can really judge Woody. But his athleticism is next level. Great threat out of the backfield, and I think they do need to find more ways to get him the ball. Joe Mixon was able to run behind this offensive line, but Woody Marks is not Joe Mixon. Few backs are.
Yeah, I agree in that sense, Matt. But, he did have 18 carries last week against Tennessee. Was it just one of those where he was bottled up a bit more or what did you think?
Yeah, I think the going was tough for Davis Mills. They got shut out in the first half. So Davis Mills was having trouble getting anything going through the air. So I think they did rely on Woody Marks a little more. And the running game got going a little bit there in the I think the fourth quarter. So going to him did make more sense. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Buffalo's defense is better than Tennessee's, obviously. So it'd be interesting to see their approach. But, if you're a fantasy football guy, then you'd rather have Woody Marks than Nick Chubb for sure.
Got that right, for sure. What have you made of Nico Collins here the last few weeks? He's really started to come on and maybe looked a lot like the receiver that we saw last year.
Yeah, for sure. The thing was they just weren't throwing to him as much. And I know that CJ Stroud, when he was in there, wanted to, read his progressions and find the open man. But sometimes when you got a guy who's probably a top 5 receiver in the league, you just get, make sure you get him the ball. So Davis Mills has done that. There was a key 3rd and 16 against the Titans on the game-winning drive where Nico wasn't necessarily open, but they got him the ball and he made a great catch. And that's kind of what Davis Mills has been doing. It seems silly, but Davis Mills can't see the field like CJ Stroud, but he knows where Nico Collins is, and that might be better in some cases.
Yeah, it's funny how that can work. Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle, our guest on the Kevin Carey Show on Sports 1440. How would you assess the secondary receivers behind Collins? What kind of job have they done this year?
Yeah, it's really rough. They don't have a ton. They drafted a couple rookies out of Iowa State, and they're still kind of getting into the flow of the game. Haven't gotten a ton of chances, although they have recently. Jalen Knoll and Jaden Higgins. So those 2 guys, I think they could still be promising future 2nd and 3rd round pick respectively, but they just haven't gotten as much action as you would think for higher draft picks. Xavier Hutchinson's a guy that's another Iowa State guy, coincidentally, but he's made some big catches for them. They really miss a guy like Tank Dell, who is almost for sure not going to play this year. So they missed that secondary threat to Nico, which is also why CJ Stroud was having such troubles getting the ball to him, because defenses were focused on stopping him without other threats. Braxton Berrios has not really been a threat. Christian Kirk, another free agent signing, hasn't been much of a threat. So, yeah, they need another receiver for sure.
Do you think Tank Dell's going to be good to go for the start of next season, Matt?
Yeah, it seems like it. He's not practicing, but he's at practice. He's kind of running around, not suited up or anything, but running around before practices, catching passes and things like that. So, that kind of injury, you never know. Is he, speed was his forte. Is he going to have the same speed after coming back from such a massive leg injury like that? It's hard to tell, but he is moving around. He's no longer in a brace. So you would think by next year, they were holding out hope that maybe he could return by the end of this year, but that doesn't really seem like it. So I think you punt on this year and try to get him back for next year.
Yeah, probably just asking for too much. If there's a slim possibility something south, it could go south and then you lose him again. So Matt Young with us from the Houston Chronicle on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. You touched on a little bit, Matt, about how a lot of people don't think that the Colts record is, they're 8-2, and they deserve to win some games. They've won some tight ones. Texans have lost some close ones. But what do you make of the division as a whole, where the Jags are right in the middle between the Texans and the Colts?
Yeah, I think it's the Colts division to lose for sure. I don't think the Jaguars are as good as they looked early in the season. So, like I said, the Colts have a 3-game lead. I'm looking at their schedule now. They play at Kansas City this week. Like I said, they still got 2 against the Texans. They play at Seattle. They play the 49ers. So a lot of their schedule's backloaded. So if you lose at Kansas City and at Seattle, which I think are probably likely losses, then you lose 2 to the Texans, and all of a sudden they're in danger of not even making the playoffs. So I think there's a lot to be left to be decided in this division. Obviously, the Titans are out of it, and they're fighting for number 1 pick. Jacksonville hasn't looked as good. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is the guy for them, although they don't have much of a choice right now with the contract they gave him. So I hate to say it's a Colts-Texans division when the Texans are 3 games back, but I think those are the 2 most likely candidates to win the division.
Yeah, we touched on, how complicated it is to defend Josh Allen for this Texans defense. What about James Cook as well? How does this run defense for the Texans stack up to a guy that, once he gets through that first line, man, he can bust them for sure?
Yeah, the Texans defense is really good. They rank first in yards allowed per game, first in points allowed. So the defense is very good. The strength, like I said, is the pass rush, but they've been pretty good against the run as well. They rotate a lot of defensive tackles in there. So, D'Amico Ryan's defense is going to be good. It's can they score points? But, if this is a fantasy football question, I think James Cook is a good play for you. But I think he'll be up for a challenge against the Texan defense for sure.
No, not more fantasy. Our producer, the Duke of Delburne, Brandon Douglas, he's a big Houston fan. So, he loves the Texans more so than fantasy for sure. If you were to put your finger on something here, Matt, as far as keys, and we know that Houston's going into this one as the dog here. If you were to put some keys to the game where the Texans can pull off the upset tonight and move a game above 500, what would they be, Matt?
I think you've got to protect Davis Mills and give him time. There's a lot of optimism in Houston that the offensive line looked better last week, but I would say, that was against the Tennessee Titans. Jeffrey Simmons still kind of had his way with the Texans offensive line. So Buffalo has more of those guys than the Titans have. So you got to protect Davis Mills. He's an okay backup, but he's not an NFL starter. And, to be realistic. So he's got to have time to find receivers. So that's going to be key. Finding a way to limit Josh Allen. Like I said, the Texans have had success against Josh Allen, but he's the NFL MVP. So Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter are great corners. So I think they can, give the defensive line time to get home, but can you bring them down? So I think that the defensive line or the Texans pass rush against the Buffalo Bills offensive line, and then the Texans offensive line is a key.
Yeah, good point.
As a Texans fan, if you're relying on your offensive line, that's never a good sign because it's such a big weakness. But
you just got to chuckle Matt out of the Duke here. Yeah, he knows that for sure. Hey, one more just question on the offense with the usage of Dalton Schultz. What have you made of that this year?
Yeah, he's been reliable. He's been dinged up and has hardly practiced really the past few weeks, but each game day he shows up in post and has been a good, reliable outlet for not just Davis Mills, but CJ Stroud was going to him also. So I think when you're a team like the Texans who really don't have a number 2 receiver, the tight end is a great outlet, same as Woody Marks. So they gave him a pretty big contract that some people think is maybe overblown because he can't really block, but he's been a good outlet as a receiver, and they're going to rely on him tonight, I imagine.
Well, I think we're going to know what's going to shake down here in the next 3 weeks because, as you said, after the Bills tonight, it's the Colts, and then they play the Chiefs, and who knows, by that time the Chiefs could be out of the playoff picture.
I don't think anyone's ready to count out the Chiefs, but yeah, I mean, we're kind of downplaying the Texans, but they have the same record as the Chiefs, which is crazy. The Texans going into Kansas City do not have a good history there, so I don't think they have high hopes going up there.
Well, I mean, every week it seems like you're just in a Texas death match against an opposition, doesn't it? So
yeah, that's right. It's kind of the story of the NFL. Every game is a one-possession game, it seems like, and those have gone against the Texans so far.
It's crazy. Matt Young, thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it. Enjoy the game tonight, and maybe we'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it, guys.
That's Matt Young from the Houston Chronicle. It's the Thursday night football game. The Bills, is it a 5.5-point favorite, Duke, still?
Over at Sports Select, it is 6 points. The Buffalo Bills as road favorites.
Road favorites. It's a lot of points, Duke.
That is a lot of points.
But I know which way you're leaning.
Well, hey, I've, the in or out has been sent. My choice enclosed within, like a sealed envelope almost. People wait with bated breath to hear which way I will go because I need to win bad here. Like you're coming hot up the outstretch. I had to turn the corner here, kind of down the final third or so of the regular season. There's lots to be decided.
You're leaking.
You've done a very good job closing the gap. I haven't done myself any favors with my own choices, but I have a strong feeling that turns tonight.
And so you pick tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie's gonna pick 1 or 2 games. What are we looking at?
Whatever we decide.
Okay, and then we've got the Sunday night game.
That'll be that'll be interesting choices tomorrow with Eddie. Looking down the lines as you and I sit here with gaunt faces and glossy eyes after very little sleep and a long night ripping up for the crits. I don't know.
Hey, what time does the bus leave?
I think like 3:00.
No, really?
3:30. I think.
Well, we better find that out because you don't want to miss the bus.
Well, of course not. And I don't know if you got the same text from our Lord Commander Marty Stevens as I did, but the supplies are stockpiled at the door of the studio right now. A couple nice cases of some soda pop.
Oh, really?
But then there's a case of a Dillon's, which is like a gin mixed drink, I believe. Something else I've never seen before that's called like Papa's or something. I don't know. And then my personal favorites, a nice big cube of Buckskins, Coors Originals. Yummy. And some Coors Lights.
I'll tell you what, Duke, it's pretty simple. Thursday hockey, Old Milwaukee.
Hey, that's a good choice. You and Josh Fenwick are lockstep on
that.
Like
Old Milwaukee,
you both
Josh?
love the Old Mills.
Yeah, it's the only beer the roommate and I buy. It's cheap. It's good.
I'm more of a thirst quencher,
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Sit down. I'll be sitting down watching Thursday Night Football with some Old Milwaukee in my hand. That's for sure.
You should be just watching the stream from Castor is what you should be watching.
You're right.
I can't believe the Critters haven't crossed that line into the technological age yet. Like, why are we not streaming these games? The entertainment value is so high.
Do you want me to tell you why?
Sure.
Because the CFCW listeners, it's like the curling community, right? The curling
specific
community,
demographic.
Yes, the curling communities tried and started to get these streams going, but the demo is just a little higher than what a lot of the streaming individuals can get going.
I don't really know if that's true, Kevin.
Oh, it's very true.
The Delburne Senior Outlaws also
the
demographic for outside rink viewership is quite high. A lot of grandparents, aunts, uncles, things of that nature, and it's just on Facebook. It's the only place it goes, and they figure it out. Credit to them. Power to them.
Nails text in, KK made the cut, ? Yep. Just barely.
Injury replacement, ECHL call-up type player.
But never mind this, Nails. The starting lineup has the Duke and I as defense partners tonight.
Wow. Exciting.
Come on now, eh?
Come on out.
Eh? What are your expectations?
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of blame game getting played on that defense pairing tonight. That was your guy. No, I had my guy. No, that was my guy.
It's my guy, your guy now. Hey, that sounds like the Oilers defense.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts, 833-401-1440. And one Ladislav Schmid will join the party at 9:30. Mark Levers from First Round coming in around 10 with some boneless wings from First Round. That's all straight ahead on the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne. Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
More fruit?
Check.
Satisfying texture?
Check.
3 amazing new recipes?
Check.
Let Booster Juice bowl you over with something completely different. 3 new acai bowls, loaded with delicious toppings including bee pollen, cacao nibs, and shredded coconut. Piled high on top of a refreshing blend of authentic acai, straight from Brazil.
Spoon?
Check.
Booster Juice, Canada's original juice and acai bowl bar.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business. And for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
More Edmonton families than ever are struggling as food prices skyrocket. The Holiday Hamper Foundation provides festive meals for 2,000 homes in need. Your donation ensures a turkey is on the table for every family. Donate today at holidayhamper.ca.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
Hey everybody, it's Chief Principe and Jason Stradler. Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters and have some drinks with umbrellas in them, you could attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Jason Strudwick, Kelly Buchberger, Ron Lowe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. Don't miss out on every hockey fan's dream cruise, the Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. It's going to be one hell of a trip. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise, July 2026. Visit cast.tours/Edmonton or call 1-833-347-7678. Book now and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours/Edmonton.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Sports Select. Playing Sports Select is easy. Visit sportselect.com and generate a QR code or check their how to play videos for step-by-step guidance. Sportselect.com, 100% legal, must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 924 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick with you on a Thursday morning. Text 833-401-1440. Nails wants to know how many PIMs you pair of bullies will rack up tonight in Castor for the CFCW Critters. Duke, you'll be in the box at least once, probably on sportsmanlike conduct.
Nope. I'm always on my best behavior when I'm out representing the company brand.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say the same when I'm playing for the Tropics. There I have I've actually been very disciplined this year.
Really?
Usually I lead the team in PIMs, maybe there's a correlation because my point production has taken a noticeable dip so far this year as well. So maybe I'm not playing with that same edge that has me at my best.
So you're like the Oiler guys.
Very much so.
You're not emotionally engaged, involved.
Fair. Because in the CCRHL, Kevin, I'm not sure if you know this, if you play a game, your team, without taking any penalties, you get a little card
really?
that now I think it's to Original Joe's, used to be the Brewhouse. They're just the sponsor of the league, for free nachos.
Really?
Order free nachos. And I always told the boys, like, I don't want us to have any cards for free nachos. It means we're too easy to play games.
Oh, stop.
We don't have the edge. We're not we're not gritty enough if we're not taking, like, it's a beer league game. You're not taking one penalty, one hooking call or something.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Levi texts in 833-401-1440. Mark Stone's return date pushed back again. Guess we're just going to keep letting Vegas cheat. Well, don't work that way this year, Levi, if that's kind of what you're getting at, because you have to be cap compliant at the start of the playoffs. So, this does them nothing. If you think this is helping the Vegas Golden Knights and Stone not being in the lineup, plus the other thing here, let's be honest, Mark Stone desperately wants to play on the Canadian Olympic team. Would you consider him a bubble guy right now because of the injuries and because of what Bedard, what Celebrini are doing? He probably falls into that category. There's nothing that he would want to be doing more than being on the ice. And again, because of what happens down the road, where you can't just bring in a guy after the regular season and into the playoffs, you don't work that way. So I wouldn't say that we're just going to let Vegas cheat and let them keep cheating. Those days are gonzo now. 833-401-1440. MTR, I agree with this. Yeah, you're right, Duke. Nothing says gritty like a hooking penalty. That's the whole thing, man. Oh, come on. Look at you guys ganging up on me now. MTR way back says Karius is a glue guy. Excellent in the locker room. And the Duke responds, sniffing glue maybe. Holy moly. This has been a tough week for me, Duke. I've taken some bullets and now you're piling on. I've been called a coward. I've been called a bully. And now you're saying I'm a glue sniffer. This just isn't fair. Hey, come on now. Husk says Dylan's is delicious. Blackberry lemon with elderflower. So good. I've never had one. So, Fanny Fenwick, you've had this one? And it's a gin cocktail, or what is it?
Yeah, so they're pre-mixed gin cocktails from BC. And the blackberry elderflower one, honestly, tastes like summer. When I have a nice little sip, I started drinking them around 18, so last week. But it was good. I started drinking them in the summer, and now like when you get in those low points of like February, it's dark, it's gloomy, it's super cold. I'll buy a case of Dylan's, make myself feel a little better.
Really?
They're delicious though.
What's the alcohol percentage on it?
5%, I believe.
That's it?
Yeah.
You can use that for mix then.
Sure.
Use that for mix. John texted, hey, KK, because I was talking about Jake Wallman. I think Wallman's foot speed is slower because of his indecision. He's not really sure what to do with the system being implemented by the Knobster. Okay, I can give you a little of that, John, for sure. I'm talking about if you watch his, and again, more so without the puck. When he has the puck, and maybe I guess we're on the same page here now that I'm sort of reading your text again, John. So maybe his indecision of where he needs to be, who he needs to cover, maybe that's what you're getting at in the defensive zone. So with his feet not moving and him gliding per se, maybe you're right in his indecision. But again, he's a step behind all the time. And even you watch him, he corrals the puck and the boots aren't moving there very much either until he starts getting rolling and ready to go. Look who has graced our presence into the building. Ladislav Schmid wearing the green jacket right off the Masters. Cinderella story. He's on the 18th tee of Augusta. And I'll let you know, laddie, that some bonus wings are on their way at some point this morning, maybe in the next half an hour. Courtesy Mark Levers from First Round. He's going to deliver them himself, as he should. When we come back, Ladislav Schmid is in the building. It's the Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Mr. Rooter watches the big game. Go deep! What you watching, Mr. Rooter? The Plumbing Olympics. Frankie Drain Dragon Sanchez is attempting to break the world record in the 100-meter snake. Watch! Wow! Did you see that? He snaked out a 50-pound clog. And in the middle of that wad, a gold medal. What theater? Yeah, that's very cool, Mr. Rooter. For a plumber who's good as gold, call Mr. Rooter.
Edmonton's only 24-hour-a-day sports radio station can be heard anytime, anywhere. Sports 1440 is streaming on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Download an app today and listen to Sports 1440.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
The Nissan Black Friday event is here. A full month packed with awesome vehicles and exclusive deals. Right now, finance remaining 2025 Rogue models for 0% for up to 60 months and start planning your adventures. This Black Friday, we've got great offers and limited inventory. Get yours today before they're all gone. These offers won't last. Go see your local Nissan dealer or Nissan.ca for more details. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
Winter in Alberta doesn't mess around.
And neither does Titan Supply.
For over 50 years, we've earned the trust of our customers across a variety of industries.
Because we lead with integrity,
honesty,
and respect.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Brent from Titan Supply. When the weather hits hard,
we're fully stocked with rigging, lifting, and hauling gear that works as hard as you do.
Titan Supply.
Built on trust, driven by safety.
Serving Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary.
Let us help you face the weather the Titan way.
Visit titansupply.ca.
This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, a proud presentation of Sports Select.
In store or online at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
Big program, 9:33 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you, along with Josh Fenwick. The show's presented by Sports Select. We talked about those QR codes. You can also do the paper selection slip. Just give it to your local Lotto Spot retailer. It's 100% legal. You got to be 18 plus. Please play responsibly as we welcome in our Thursday co-host, the former NHLer, For the Oilers and the Flames, Ladislav Schmid. Good morning, Laddie.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing?
Excellent. And you? Did you have a good week?
Yeah,
Huh?
pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, very good. Yeah. My son had a tournament. They pissed me off a little bit.
Why? What
Once
happened
again.
now? No intensity?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lack
I hear
of-
we thought we were
lack of
talking.
effort.
I thought we were going to talk about the Oilers' lack of intensity, but now we can talk about your
But
son's
maybe
team.
they have been watching that.
That's probably what's happening. It's worn off on them.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, like that. It's inconsistent.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about my son's team. Talking about my son's team. So yeah, it's frustrating. Some. I
But
feel like
they're just kids. How,
I know. I feel some kids thinks they're better than they are. To be honest.
Do the kids, and you've been coaching for a long time, the kids, and even older kids, right?
Yeah.
Some listen better than others.
They
That's
do,
life,
but if
right?
you want to be on my team, you're gonna listen. And if you cannot listen and you think it's just, I want them to have fun.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, but you can still work hard and have fun. Some kids have trouble with that listening,
Mhm.
so now we're gonna have to hold them accountable.
And how old are these kids again?
They U13, it's a
U13,
U13, but
okay.
if you're babying them and like you try to tiptoe around them, you're not gonna make them any better. Like
Right.
they're gonna be done playing hockey in 2 years.
Mhm.
Like in 2 years, U15, you got a hire coach who doesn't care about you at all. Like all he cares is about wins and losses.
Mhm.
So he's just gonna play the kids who gonna do what he wants them to do.
Yeah.
So they might think that we might be a bit too hard on them, but like I have their best interest in my heart.
Mhm.
Like if I'm just soft on them and I let them, get away with anything, I'm not doing anything for them moving forward.
So how do you? Because there's always a little bit of a line that you have to walk there. Because some kids might need a kick in the backside. Some kids might need a little bit more
But,
coddling at times.
Yes, and we are aware of those kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've been coaching the same group, some of the kids for 3 years. So
Then
you
you
know
get to
them.
know them.
You know the type of the kids. Some of them get lazy, some of them get nervous. So you have to talk to them a little bit more and
Mhm.
tell them it's okay. It's just hockey. But I'd say majority of the kids, they get comfortable. That's just the
Mhm.
generation. They have a couple good games. They get comfortable, lazy. They think it's gonna happen on its own, and they just underestimate the hard work. It all starts with hard work. You can be the most talented guy in the world. You still have to work hard because at the end of the day, work always beats skill.
And at the end of the day, you can be the most talented guy, and if you don't work hard, it's not going to work out. But when you are even less talented, you have to work harder than
Yes.
the most talented guy.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
That's so
Well,
simple.
my dad always told me, he's like, if you're not working hard, you can have all skill in the world. If the less skilled guy and harder working guy is gonna be first on the puck, you're playing with the puck.
Mhm.
So like you're not gonna be able to do anything with that
Yeah.
skill.
Hey, quick question. When you were with the Oil Kings, and it's a while back now, Justin Sordiff, was he ever? He came here. He got traded. He played last night for Washington, and I really
Yeah, I
noticed
didn't
him.
came
He's
across.
he's a younger guy, but
Mm.
anyway, he got traded halfway through here when they won the league, and it was COVID and all that. That's probably why you don't remember too
Yeah.
much of him. But
Yeah.
he was here anyway. I noticed him last night playing, for Washington. He was one of those guys zipping around pretty.
Yeah, I was just more focused on
The
Oilers and the defensive side of things and just
It's
thinking.
frustrating, eh?
Well, thinking of breaking down each goal. It's like disconnection. It's hard for me to say lack of effort, but it's like there is one guy working and 3 or 4 guys are like waiting. It's like what's gonna happen?
Mhm.
That one goal, the 2-on-1 on Eggholm when Wallman pinched.
Right.
There is 3 guys coming back, and then they are like waiting, almost like they stop moving their feet,
Mhm.
waiting if that puck's gonna bounce back on the offensive side and they can go
From Janmark.
Janmark.
Yeah.
No, you just keep going back. Just keep going back, and if they would have done that, there was nothing that Washington would have had. But all 3 kind of stop watched. They don't get like right now. It's not bouncing their way, going the other way, and it's 2-on-1, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. You brought up Wallman, and I know he's having a tough go here. And I said, I brought this up today. For some reason, he's not moving his feet. If you really watch him,
Yeah,
he's gliding.
It's like gets on the outside a lot, in my opinion. It's one of those stretches that like he started later. First game he scored a goal. It was going for a bit, but now the whole team is struggling defensively. I don't want to just pick on him, but sometimes when you're like in a funk like that, you're thinking too much, and when you're thinking too much, your feet are not usually moving.
Right.
Like so, might be just one of the stretches, and everybody went through it. Not sure what the solution is. Just take it day by day. Watch some video. That's the biggest thing now. Watch some video. What you're struggling with, and get back to slowly start building your game again. But
so, like when you say about the goals, the first goal, and again, there's guys watching, and by the time Cooley's watching, he's not going to be able to.
Man, like that goal, that
Protas
first
is
goal,
250 pounds. He's not. If he doesn't have position,
but
he's
both
done.
defensemen, like I just watched it this morning. Both defensemen kind of went up, like because the puck got up to the blue line. They instead of going straight back to the middle and front of the net, they went up and then back, and both of the Washington players gained the position on them. So like when you see the shot being delivered, they're both on the inside, so it's an easy job. And like you said, Protas is massive.
It's 250.
You're not gonna do anything, but like it's like it looked to me that they were both puck watching. They were like, oh my God, they're behind me, and now they're chasing, but. Like he's like, if it's a big guy, you're not gonna.
It's too late.
It's too late.
If you don't have that position, you're done.
Yeah. Then the goal on.
You want to talk the Ovechkin goal?
The Ovechkin goal, same thing. Like I feel like that. They had 3 guys up high, so Oilers sent 3 guys up high, but pretty passive. Then the puck switch sides. The shot is being delivered. From the weak side winger, he should be just going at the D-man.
That's
like
the Chikrin.
Yeah, like, and I don't know who the forward was there. He was playing a goalie. I don't like when the forwards are playing goalie. You're giving these defensemen, if they have time, they will
pick the spot.
And then Ovi is kind of in a higher position, but again, like
That's
you're not gonna
Regula's on Ovi, and is he giving him too much respect?
You have to take his stick away. Like, don't worry about the big body. You're not moving Ovi. He's 250. Not moving him. Control his stick. But again, it was just kind of like step behind, kind of watching, not aggressive. Like I think because they're allowing so many goals, everybody's on their heels, and like I don't want to screw up, so I'm just gonna be a little bit more conservative.
And you can see that in Kulak's game.
Yeah, like it's like hesitant.
Yeah,
like if I want to like. My belief is if they're going to beat me, I rather them beating me when I'm aggressive, not on my heels and like kind of like waiting, like half step back. Like if you're going to give these guys that much room, they're going to make you pay.
There's 3 types of players: those who make it happen, those who let it happen, and those that wonder what happened.
Yeah. I like that. No, it's like the 6 and 7 empty netters, but
whatever. But
even Bouchard on that Leonard goal, man.
So that's the 4-2 goal.
That's a big one.
Yeah,
like he again, bunch of guys stuck on the wall to start with, but your safety has to be the weak side defenseman. In this case, Evan Bouchard. He needs to take a better angle, and he needs to stay middle and a little bit more over and have that angle so he can angle Leonard out. But he starts in a kind of like a bad position. And
I don't like Bush on that play, Laddie, and I don't like Stu Skinner, to be honest with you, either.
Oh, yeah.
He's a statue. He's frozen. He's waiting for something to happen.
He's challenging. He should be challenging.
Anything.
I feel like on that goal, 2-on-1, the 5th one.
The 2-on-1 is the 5th. Yeah,
5th one.
5-3,
it's a backhand pass. I guess
Stu's got to make that save.
Exactly. That pass goes so slow.
Yeah. He
again,
his net coverage on that goal is not sufficient enough. He crumples up like an accordion. He's got to be wider, bigger.
He doesn't. Yeah, like right now it's not going his way, so he looks pretty small. Like when he's confident, he looks big and he moves better. Even the 2-on-1 again, like I'm, Eggholm's fan, but there he
almost
but he like turns
Mhm.
turns and chases towards your net. Like if you're playing 2-on-1,
Yeah.
I want you to skate backwards, stay on your feet as much as possible. But in that case, Strome already put it to his backhand. So like I feel like if Ekholm would still be skating backwards and maybe slid. I don't like sliding that much. I want defensemen to stay on their feet. But when the lefty from that on the right side puts it to his backhand, that's the only play he has. So like if he would slid there, I think even if Strome goes around him, it would buy some time for the back checker to catch up. But again, it wasn't a horrible play by Ekholm. Like I said, it's a backhand slow pass. I think the goalie should be there and make a save.
Text 833-401-1440. This one for you, laddie, from El Nate. Don't you think their reads on pinches are horrendous?
Yes, that's another thing. So, I believe so. When I coach my defense, this is different level, right? NHL, but usually the teams that I played for, you don't pinch on a strong side. It's usually I want defenseman to pinch on a weak side because it gives more time for everybody to come across and have a good angle. When you pinch on a strong side, usually that means 2 forwards are caught down low. F3, if he's not disciplined and you pinch, then that's what happened yesterday, right? I think Wollman, I don't think the puck switched sides. He pinches on a strong side. It's not a horrible pinch. Don't get me wrong. The puck pops in the middle, but then you have
with Janmark off the shin pad,
but
right?
you can see the forwards, they're caught in a bad position and they kind of stop skating. Wollman pinches, is on the wall. When you see him coming back, he's almost the last guy coming back. And even the Washington guy jumps through him. So not great.
Right. Just to continue on to that text from Nate, D-men are pinching on plays. They have maybe a 30% chance of winning. And he's the one Wallman made on the boards. The puck wasn't even on the boards. It was an instant 3-on-1.
Yeah. But he was like taking the wall away. Puck pops in the middle. So the rule is either stop the puck or the player. I don't think he stopped neither. But I agree with the pinches, man. Like you can only pinch, like I would pinch on the pucks that are 50-50 and you have a forward support. He's coming back. If you're not sure, just step back. And like especially now,
live to fight another battle.
Like I know they want to be aggressive. They want to keep the pucks in. Like when it's like 2-0 and like 6-7 minutes left, sure. All out pinches, both sides, doesn't matter. If it's a close game, that was still 1-goal game, right? Plenty of time. I don't think that's a right play. I would just hold the blue line, just take the rush. It's for sure better 3-on-2 than 2-on-1.
So what's the coach's message to defensive structure, defensive play, laddie, when things suck like they are right now? Like what are they saying and why is that message? Because it's the same thing that we just talked about for the last 20 minutes. It's the little things, it's positional play, it's awareness, it's not puck watching. These are all things that everyone is talking about.
Man,
but we're not seeing,
It's hard, right? Like I saw all these stats, like the bottom 9 forwards, they're minus. Man, and I hate to say this because I hate to separate the team, but don't worry about what Leon and Connor is doing. You worry about your game and the rest of the group. If you're not contributing point-wise, you have to contribute other ways. Make sure you win your battles. Make sure you win your shifts. Make sure you're not liability out there. That would be my message. You have to, and they have to clean up defensive play. They cannot be like, if there's a 50-50 puck right now, I would be on the defensive side, right? Don't be on don't just like wait and, what if the puck's gonna pop this way? Don't worry about that.
Don't be a hoper.
Don't be a hoper. Like, because right now it's going the other way. So you rather have to be a little bit more conservative, especially in the D zone. And then, like I said, they still have, power play. They still have Connor and Leon. They can make it. They're scoring goals still but they need to clean up the defensive side. I don't know if they are worried if they're going to play too defensive, they're not going to score any goals. I don't think that would be the case. They've shown before they can keep tight games and they can still generate offense.
I always hate when people say, well, what's a guy supposed to do with 6, 7, 8 minutes a game, 7 minutes, call it. I hate when people say that,
like,
because, and here's why, because if just all the things that you just said, Laddie, all the things, if you are responsible and you don't make any mistakes and you play your ass off and you get some hits, you know what's going to happen the next game? You're going to play 8 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Because the coach would.
He wants players that he can trust.
Yes.
Everybody
Fernando
wants.
Pisani, I talk about this all the time. When Fernie came up, Fernando Pisani was an injury or two from not happening, to never playing in the NHL and going to play in Italy. That's a simple fact.
Yeah.
But he gets a couple injuries. He came up, and what happened? Mac T goes, oh boy, I can rely on this guy.
Yeah.
Because what happened? As I always say, a one rink board advertising in from each blue line. Did anyone beat Fernando Pisani about getting pucks in, getting them out? No.
That's a simple game.
Yeah.
Simple game. Like that's a great example. Like, yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like it is hard to play these minutes, but then like make it hard on the coach. Make it hard. Make him make hard decisions. Like right now, like I don't think there is set lineup really. Well, except for those top guys. It's not a set lineup. Like there is spots to be grabbed. You just have to grab it.
Well, and think about a guy like, okay, David Tomashik last night. You're going basically 3 lines and sparingly Janmark and Tomashik. But Tomashik can read the writing on the wall here. If he doesn't start doing some stuff here in the next little bit, and he scored a massive goal, if he doesn't start, he's running out of runway.
Oh, 100%. It's a tough business. That's how it is. You don't contribute, right? Like it's gonna be.
Yeah.
He's been healthy scratch or even worse, right? Don't want to. I wish him well, but that's how the business works.
But he was more engaged last night because he got a kick in the ass and he needs it.
Yeah, and like you said, he scored a massive goal. The other thing I wanted to talk about is like playing 7 defensemen. Again, I'm so against it.
Well, they had injuries, right? So they had the injuries.
I get it.
Regula was a minute and a half last night.
Yeah, I know. Still don't like it.
They played well. They didn't have anyone to put in.
Yeah,
that's just the way it is.
I know.
There's nothing they can do about that right now.
Yeah.
So they'll finish this road trip out 11-7. Regula will probably play. Maybe we'll see what happens tonight because it's back to back. But maybe he plays 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, still not a huge fan.
There's nothing they can do.
You don't have to play 7.
Well, no, Philp was hurt, and
so what? You play 11 and you play 6 defensemen. You can play. What do you mean?
So you're going to put a forward up front or a defenseman up front?
No, you just play 11 forwards and 6.
But that's basically what they did, Laddie.
Yeah, but
Regula
like
played a minute.
You
and
don't
a
even
half.
have. Yeah, but now you're gonna play him 5-6. Like that's just normal.
No. I mean, I wouldn't even say that last night because Regula played a minute and a half.
Yeah, no, but even for him, like just sitting there, like if you're sitting there, it's awful.
Well, for sure.
So
so
like
don't even dress him then.
Yeah, I wouldn't dress him.
Oh, you got to dress him. Come on, lad.
Why?
Well, because something
Dude,
happens.
have you ever played like at that?
No,
like,
but what if a defenseman goes down?
Oh my,
You're not
so
dressing.
if you have just 6 defensemen and one goes down, so like what is your logic here?
Then you're going down to 5.
Exactly.
Because the other guy's not dressed.
So
the coach would look like an idiot.
No, it doesn't look like an idiot. What are you talking about?
A minute and a half he played.
Like I play my whole life. I always told coaches 7 is awful. Like the 7 defenseman.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, but like even if like you don't have to. That's my point. Like you don't have to. It's just like other teams don't do that.
No coach would put out his roster sheet, fill out his lineup with a healthy guy that's available to play.
Yeah, but you're missing forward. You're not missing D-man.
Well, just put him on. You're still putting him on the lineup.
But like for what reason? Tell me. Like I want to see I want to hear the logic behind it.
The logic is okay. What happens if?
It can happen if you have 6 and 12. Like what if your defenseman goes down? 6 and 12. Well, you gotta put forward back.
You're filling out a complete lineup card, lad. You're not saying you're in the press box, Regula, because I don't want to have an extra body on the bench.
No,
that's crazy.
No, like What?
Well, that's what you're saying.
No, like, but why is it crazy?
Well,
why is it crazy? We are missing forward. So why do we need extra defensemen? Tell me that logic. Are you gonna put the defenseman up front and play forward?
What I'm saying is that no coach would ever say if he's got a healthy body, he would never.
I played for coaches that we had 11 forwards and 6 defensemen and totally fine.
Yeah, but
we had
healthy?
8, and we had 8 defensemen on the roster.
And they were healthy and ready to go.
Everybody was healthy. Because in my opinion, it makes no sense.
Okay.
Because it's a defenseman and you're missing forward. So it's 2 different
Do you
things.
think you'll be like the guy in the
me as a coach, I wouldn't.
In the Snickers commercial, you just need a little snack here to get,
No, you just like it doesn't make sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Because it doesn't make sense. Because I
get it that you played. It doesn't matter.
No. No, that I played. Like I played on the teams that they did it, and you're telling me why wouldn't you? Well, I played on the teams that they had 11 forwards, and we had 8 defensemen, healthy ones, and we would only dress 6. We would dress 6 because it sucks for the 7 defenseman, and even when he gets there, it screws up the rotation.
I just look at the allotment last night, and Regula was a non-factor.
No, that's fine. Like I just want to know the logic behind it. Why?
Because
even if
you can't bring him down from the press box.
Why do you need him?
What if 3 defensemen go down?
Oh my God, Kevin, break.
When we come back,
break, please, because this guy, my God. Oh. What if the 3 guys go down when you have just 6 defensemen? It can happen any night. But now you're saying it's a special night because you have 11 forwards.
When we come back,
thank God.
I've
been frustrating on this radio.
I think we're gonna need some boneless wings in here quickly. Coming up at 10:20, Scotty Upshaw will check in. It's always good to it's good to have varying opinion, laddie.
I like it.
Let's
agree to disagree.
That's right. Time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by AWS Welding. Supplies in Nisku, product sales, servicing, calibrating, and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. Your one-stop shop for all things welding, awswelding.ca. Here's the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Edmonton Oilers are right back at it tonight in Tampa Bay, taking on the Lightning. Puck drop scheduled for just after 5:30 Mountain Time. Cal Pickard expected to start the second half of this back-to-back. 11 of the games around the NHL. Maple Leafs hosting the Blue Jackets. Washington heading to Montreal to take on the Canadiens. Devils are in Sunrise against the Panthers. Kraken taking on the Blackhawks from Chicago. Mammoth hosts the Golden Knights. Senators in SoCal against the Ducks. And the Vancouver Canucks hosting the Dallas Stars. Week 12 in the NFL kicking off with Thursday Night Football. Houston Texans playing host to the Buffalo Bills. Houston continuing without starting quarterback C.J. Stroud as he remains in the concussion protocol. Davis Mills making his 3rd start in his stead. And 4 games on the hardwood. L.A. Clippers in Orlando. Memphis hosting Sacramento. Philly taking on Milwaukee. And the Spurs, still without Victor Wembanyama, will host the Atlanta Hawks. Coming up in hour 4 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll check in with a new edition of In or Out, and we'll be joined by Scotty Upshaw, host of the Missing Curfew podcast. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
More fruit?
Check.
Satisfying texture?
Check.
3 amazing new recipes?
Check.
Let Booster Juice bowl you over with something completely different. 3 new acai bowls, loaded with delicious toppings including bee pollen, cacao nibs, and shredded coconut. Piled high on top of a refreshing blend of authentic acai, straight from Brazil. Spoon?
Check.
Booster Juice, Canada's original juice and acai bowl bar.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Aloha, Edmonton. It's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
The basketball show turns 10, and we welcome a new generation of basketball talk. Hoop City with Paul Sir airs Saturday mornings from 10 till noon on Sports 1440. From grassroots to NBA to the Olympics, we've got you covered.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV, and if you're serious about selling your used RV, then I'm serious about getting you the money you want. You're not the only one who wants to spend the winter in selling mode rather than storage mode, and we're happy to help.
People come to No Bull RV 12 months of the year, right, Rick?
That's right, Bob. A used RV is one of a kind, which means when the one you're looking for comes along, customers quickly pounce on it. So if you've outgrown your RV or you're looking to upsize, downsize, or just turn it into cash, come see us at No Bull RV.
You have to be serious about selling, though, right, Rick?
Better believe it, Bob. This is for people who truly want their RV gone. If we're going to store your RV for free all winter, it has to be priced to sell. And that's why customers come to No Bull 12 months of the year. Because you never know when the perfect used RV is going to arrive. And if it's here, it won't last long.
And that's No Bull. NoBullRV.ca.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:01 in Edmonton. Text line blowing up again with Laddie and I, our little disagreement. But we're on the same page here.
I love you, Kevin.
Yes, I love you too. And boy, look at this. I said I love you to Eddie this week. I love you to Laddie, everybody.
Did you?
Eddie.
Why did you?
I don't know. He said I love you, man. I said, well, I wasn't expecting him to say it anyway. Okay, here's a personal text regarding our deployment of. Okay, so here's a quick one here. Hacksaw says, so with that logic, if you only had 5 D to dress, would you dress 13 forwards then?
Would you?
Well, no, this is to you.
Oh, to me?
Yeah. Would you
No.
dress 13
No.
forwards? So, okay.
No. I wouldn't.
This is from our good friend Jason Strudwick, your longtime buddy. Okay. Ask Laddie about the time that I had to go all the way to Winnipeg for an exhibition game as an extra because Laddie had a sore shoulder. Then he played. I wanted to choke him out.
Suck on that, Struddy.
So he
Sore
came
shoulder.
along. He went all the way.
But you could play Struddy as a defenseman or as a forward.
That's right.
Me too. I have few.
Yes,
I have
for
few.
sure.
Ask McD about Laddie. You just go out there. Don't think at all. Just bang bodies. Okay, thanks, Mac. I'll do just that. Sorry, Struddy. Yeah.
So that was an
He
exhibition.
he had probably like a sweet date night with Shauna plan, and then sore shoulder.
So, like, did both you guys take warm up? Do you remember how did it work?
I don't remember. Probably. And then after warm up, you usually tell them if you're good to go or not.
So he went in the press box and ate popcorn.
And in the Winnipeg too, guys. It's not like going to California, eh? Like nice sunshine. Nope. Sorry, Shreddy. Oh, he's
man.
the best. He is the best. That's why I signed you that shirtless picture that you carry on your your nightstand. It's maybe more for Shauna than him.
All right, time now for Are You In or Out?
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or you out?
In or out of what?
No time for questions, just action. In or out?
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
Corey texted in and said, if Struds is the extra D-man, I agree with Laddie Schmid. Yeah, You sit him. Oh, poor laddie.
That is awful.
Oh, poor laddie.
No, Strutty was good.
All right, Duke, Letterbuck.
Oilers, they do lose last night in Washington, 7-4 the final after a couple of empty net goals for Tom Wilson. Defensive issues continue to plague the team. But I actually thought we saw the defense pairings kind of get put in a bit of a blender last night, even if there was 7 guys total, much to Laddie's chagrin. But the pairing of Bouchard and Nurse, I actually thought over the course of the whole game, if we put it in big picture perspective, was largely positive.
Except for that fourth goal.
Yes.
Except for
that fourth goal.
Well, Nurse scored 2 goals.
I was gonna say, like, you don't want to base it on goals, but I'd say that deeper was the least of the Oilers.
But they had the least, I thought, glaring errors.
Yeah. Which is like, it's kind of sad that we talk about it. They had the least of glaring problems. I'll go in on it. There is something they can build off of. So, like, I hope they're gonna keep them together
again tonight, and not just once again default back to the same old.
Yeah, like, hey, like the goal and the fourth goal, I wouldn't. That's just, again, I hate singling people out because I hate it when I played. But that was more on Evan Bouchard, and kind of taking a bad angle. And then you talk about Stu kind of being more aggressive.
Well, he's a statue. Yeah. He's a statue. Hey, would you have taken a penalty if you're Bouchard on that play?
Like, got the free hand on his hip and just kind of spun him around?
Yeah, a tug or whatever.
Yeah, I would try to play it aggressive. So if it means, like, I would have to take a penalty.
Washington's power play been pretty bad.
Yeah.
And
no,
at that point in the game, you had not taken a penalty in the game. If you're the Oilers.
Like, I probably, I would just put more of an effort.
Yeah,
and that would probably mean, because I started from a bad position, you have a bad angle. Yes, I guess. Yeah, or even at the end, can opener, like on Connors, like when they took a penalty.
Yeah,
they knew they were screwed, right? Who was it, Chikrin? No.
Yeah, I think it was
can opener, because Thompson was already so deep in the net. He's coming like millions miles per hour. I think he would just shoot it top shelf.
We've talked about that before, going back to last year, where it was like a play where Connor, got free, and like he's so automatic when he gets in tight on goalies that, like, it is the smarter play to just take a penalty rather than trust.
And they
like
scored. But like we scored on that. But I would rather take penalty and give us a chance, because I thought at that play, Thompson had no chance, I think. Right? Like, it was so tight, and Connor is like excellent finishing at that spot. So yeah, I'm in. What do you?
Yeah, I'm there too, except for that fourth goal.
Yeah.
And just quickly, one comment before we move on to the next one. Do you buy into the notion that, because, like, let's just call spades here. Matthias Ekholm at this stage of his career, his foot speed is not the same as it has been at his peak, right? He is noticeably slower. And he's a good skater, right? For a big man. Evan Bouchard, not the best strength in his game is his skating. Splitting those two up and then putting Darnell Nurse, who is arguably the best skater on your team, on the back end anyway, and then Jake Wallman, who, when he's got his feet moving, is an exceptional skater too. Is there actually anything to that, in your opinion, Laddie, about like putting your strongest skaters with a partner who is not as blessed in that department?
That's how it usually should work, right? Like you put weaker with, like, you look at those two guys, what are their weaknesses, what are their strengths, and then you put them together, right? So yeah, like I agree with that. It maybe something to it. I know Ekholm and Bouchard were good in past, but it hasn't been happening.
They've been terrible this year,
quite a while. So like I agree with you, man. Like maybe trying different things. Oh, man.
Oilers right back at it. They go back to back tonight, taking on the Lightning in Tampa Bay. The Oilers need to put an emphasis on getting to the interior, but in the defensive zone, where, Kevin, you kind of teed this up really nice in the open of the show. It is essentially an open invitation to head to the Oilers' home plate area inside their defensive zone.
But I have to agree with you, Kevin, though. Like, it's like yesterday several times.
Well, there's the line, Laddie. The word is out. Go to the front of the Oilers' net. Hang around the front of the net. It's fun. It's easy. It's like free parking in Monopoly. You can put up a few points. For the most part, it's uncontested. Go there.
I'm not gonna be as mean as this comment, but I want to see a little bit more fire. That's your home plate. That's your kitchen. Would you let anybody go to your kitchen and steal your cookies?
And now here's the other thing too. Mark Levers from First Rounds come in, and I know how zoned out Laddie was about our conversation earlier. Now with the smell of the boneless wings, he's not going to have a sniff here.
It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's really hard. But
I left the food question out today specifically for that reason. I didn't want to have Laddie get too confused about anything. There's one sole focus.
No. So back to this question, because I'm getting very distracted here. I can only focus on one thing. It's like putting my naked wife next to me. I wouldn't be able to focus, guys. Yeah. Hopefully she's not listening.
I've seen Lever's ugly face for 20-some years now. That's,
Don't take
holy
it.
cow.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like Oilers need to get better in front of the net, man. Like it should hurt. Like it should hurt, like because the word will spread around the league. It's easy.
It already has.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's like, and that's like take a penalties there once. If you don't
got to be undisciplined, but you can play with a bit of a mean streak.
Exactly. And if it's means once in a while you gotta take a stupid penalty, I would rather have that than guys on the inside tapping in, and guys are like, oh, break. My dad always told me, dude, around the net, if he's about to score, break his wrist or break his back. I don't care. So, and I took some stupid penalties or like cross-checking guys, but honestly. And my son always asks me, he's like, Dad, around the net, like, what? I'm like, if he's about to score, I don't want you to break his wrist, break his stick, or like take a penalty to prevent from scoring. I'd rather you be in the box for 2 minutes and have a chance to kill it off than sure goal. Like I just, it should, like, that's one thing. That's one thing that you have to protect, your net, your home plate. That's my opinion.
Number 3, Duke.
For the Lightning, currently tied for the final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. A bit of a middling start for them as well this year. It's funny to say, I think actually their biggest issue, when you look down their team stat line and box score, has actually just been health. 3 of their top 6 defensemen out of expected tonight's lineup, and only 1 guy on the back end has played all 19 games so far this year. And that's Lilleberg.
Yeah, I'll be in. And if Hedman comes back, we had Eduardo on earlier. He said Hedman, good chance that he plays tonight. McDonough's still out. Chernak, we'll see what happens with him. The way the Oilers are going with the play in front of their net and with the guys that they have up front, I mean, Tampa could put, there was 5 goals last night and the 2 empty netters. This could be 7 or 8 tonight.
You have that little hope?
Well, what, if you're going to play like that, like you do?
Yeah, and it's a back-to-back. I'm just play a smart road game. How about that? it's a back-to-back. No, just like especially a back-to-back smart road game. Just keep it simple. I know it's difficult for Oilers because they're a high-octane offensive team, but
to that point,
you need to stop the bleeding at some point.
Yeah, so it's about you have a good first shift and then string a couple together. You know the other team's going to push back. We all know that.
Yeah.
But string a few together. Then next thing you know, you get a period. And then
build your game.
Maybe you get another period.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't happened all year yet.
No, it hasn't. Like I would almost challenge them to keep the game close. Like and like win it by 1 goal, but I'm talking 2-1, 3-2. Like challenge the team like that. You know, like, hey, you're not gonna, like, let's be honest, you're not gonna win championship 7-6, 7-5, 6-3. It doesn't work like that. At some point, you're gonna face the opponent that's really sound defensively, and you're gonna have to. It's too late to learn to win games, tight games in the playoffs.
You know, the longer you talk here, the less time you have to eat.
I know.
Wings.
I know. Sorry, man. Like, I'm just so passionate.
Sounds like Kevin. Sounds like Kevin is the one that's a little more jonesing for this than even Laddie would be. Laddie's still trying to operate, the sports program that we do every day.
You pay me for eating or talking about hockey.
we can jump to number 4, Week 12 in the NFL kicking off tonight. Thursday Night Football between my Texans and Declan's Buffalo Bills from Texas. I just checked, Kevin, much to my dismay. The line has moved again. It's 5.5. I'm still going to take Houston to cover those 5.5 points.
You're taking
Buffalo without some players on the injured front as well as Houston.
I'm fine with that. I love the way this is going. I knew
Buffalo, hey baby.
Yes, for sure. You betcha.
Buffalo's defense is not very good.
Wow.
Hey, save it for tonight when we're gonna be firing the messages that you suck.
I'm in for that one, yeah, for sure. So I'll go the other way.
If it was your pick, you would have been taking the Bills?
I would have taken the Bills,
easy to say.
Mark?
I would take a Bills.
Mark Lever's our football expert. He even says the Bills.
Yeah,
Bills,
I get it. I'm in a biased spot here, but I got to stick by my team. Davis Mills, he's won 2 in a row.
Yes,
How can you not believe in him going into the tonight's game?
All right.
Tonight, the CFCW Critters kick off another season. This is like 30 plus. I tried to get an exact number from Marty, but he was elusive and wouldn't give me one.
What is this?
This is the charity team.
This is the team that we play on.
Charity team that Kevin and I go play for sometimes. We travel all around the province. It's in Castor tonight, laddie.
Beaver Dome.
You ever been to Castor in the Beaver Dome, laddie?
No. I've been in a Beaver Dome. Sorry, after 10 p.m.
Yeah, okay. The only number that will be higher than the number of pieces of pizza that Kevin Karius is going to eat on the bus is the number of minuses that he will eat on the ice tonight.
Duke,
that is so
and
mean.
This is self-incriminating because I'm lined up to be Kevin's
We're
D partner.
partners on different.
You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Exactly.
Worth it. I don't care.
So who are you playing?
The Castor, whatever.
They usually put together. Sometimes it's like the minor hockey coaches. Sometimes it's the fire department.
Where is
the
that?
senior team?
It's like 2 hours away.
It's 2 hours.
But we got a nice bus. They feed us on the bus. A couple of refreshments.
Any guys I know on the team?
No.
SKS.
Yeah.
Sean.
Well, yeah, but
Is it, why you're laughing?
wow.
And I don't know, like Marty Stevens. I don't know, like he's the sales manager here.
You want to talk? Okay, pretend we had the same conversation earlier about if it would SKS be in the lineup or would he be in the press box?
I never seen him. Can just imagine though. No, he's a coach. He's a coach.
Yeah.
yeah. So is he gonna be coaching you or?
No, he's playing.
He's playing. So back to the question. So like you obviously have to take care of him on the defense.
For sure.
Okay.
Veteran.
So you have to carry his weight.
I told him already that'll be like Charlie Huddy and Paul Coffey. You know? I got the
but
front of
I'm
the net,
Paul
you
Coffey
got both
in
corners.
So
Unbelievable. And Kevin constantly brags about how much pizza he's capable of
only
eating.
number that will like
Before the game though, Duke.
Well, yeah, you got carbo load.
It's a little tough.
Yeah, so he can I'm out.
But here's the thing.
He's got to be like.
So let's just say
He's gonna be even today.
4 or 5 pieces of pizza. He's probably going to be on the ice for 12 goals against. I'll probably manage to get off early.
12, like what is this score gonna be?
Like 15 to 12, probably.
Usually about that.
It's a charity game. There's lots of like sticks and gimmicks and stuff in it.
Do you have just one D pair that he's gonna be on for
No,
all?
I'm gonna like if Kevin's gonna have 12 dashes tonight, I'm gonna try and get an early change on at least half of them. So then the other pairing of the D
But
will
that
have to
can
eat
go the other
those.
way because when you get off the ice first, I can go for a plus.
There's
because-
no chance that's gonna happen. Without me on the ice, you're probably gonna be hemmed in your own zone.
Like,
I'm a one-
you're on the same.
I'm
You're on
good
the
idiots,
same team.
I'm a one-man breakout.
So I'm out as well as you are.
Yeah, out. I have more. I've seen you play.
Yeah.
Like I've seen you play too.
Yeah, that game
Unless
that we
something
got,
happened
that
magical.
we
and
got
You're happy with
caved.
my play for a 59-year-old?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, steady.
Yeah, steady.
Unbelievable.
Uh,
I also think the highest number of all might actually be how many beers Kevin drinks on the bus to and from the games.
That's a different story.
That's right.
No, we are.
You gotta get, prep yourself for the game.
I agree.
Hey, Mark
Okay,
Lavers is here. Turn that mic on for Mark. Brought in some bonus wings here. Thanks, big guy. From
Good
First
morning.
Round, because Laddie's been bitching and complaining.
That's exactly. That shows you if you cry long enough,
This is the first
you
time
get your way.
Since you brought in the
Taco
taco
in the back.
But I'll tell you, I've been listening, and I was supposed to bring in a couple weeks ago. Had a couple things come up, but brought salt and pepper boneless wings for you.
Thank you.
Brought some truffle buffalo garlic parmesan wings for the boys.
Oh, really?
Truffle parmesan. Oh.
Well, steal some of those too.
I'm gonna steal some of those.
Carry it.
Well, no, not a hot one, right?
No. Because I was listening, and you've never had a peanut butter and jam sandwich before.
Stop it. No. Is it really?
I actually went to the store, fresh bread, peanut butter, raspberry jam.
Well, Laddie can have that.
No.
Okay, I'll take a bite out of it.
Your very first peanut butter and jam sandwich.
You have to know.
You're insane.
Mm.
What were you?
Thank you.
And what
You're
did you get, Big Baldy? Did you feed him a bottle of bourbon last night and pull his pants down on all these trades, or what?
No, he sent me a trade request to start, and I thought it was good.
This
Kept
is
going.
amazing. This is amazing.
Okay, well, Laddie, you can have that. I can't have that peanut butter. I won't be able to. There's no way.
Why? Oh, you don't have a nut allergy?
Yeah.
No chance.
Today I do. Well, I'm gonna have a wing. I know that.
Oh, you got to try the sandwich.
I'll see. I don't know. When we come back, Scotty Upshaw, he's probably upset that we've been 5 minutes over now.
Well, I'm upset that you're so soft. You won't try this.
We'll see. We'll see what happens during the break. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, buddy.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
When we come back, Scotty Upshaw, Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick, Laddie Schmid, first round boneless wings on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We're streaming on YouTube,
very
X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hey everybody, it's Chief Principe and Jason Stradler. Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters and have some drinks with umbrellas in them, you could attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Jason Strudwick, Kelly Puckberger, Ron Lowe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. Don't miss out on every hockey fan's dream cruise, the Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. It's going to be one hell of a trip. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise, July 2026. Visit cast.tours/Edmonton or call 1-833-347-7678. Book now and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours/Edmonton.
Hand delivering a hamper to a family in need fills everyone's hearts with joy. Be part of the Holiday Hamper program. Adopt a local family and see the difference your groceries and gifts make firsthand. Sign up today at holidayhamper.ca.
Don't look now, but I think we're being followed.
Oh, that's just my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Well, they're driving pretty close.
Because they're attached.
Save up to 15% on select tires until December 13th.
Cool.
Plus, get up to $125 off a set of 4 Goodyear tires.
Anything else?
Get $50 off a $150 service when you buy those tires.
Well, that's handy.
Yep.
And weird.
Well, I love my Fountain Tire sidecar.
Book your appointment online today. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440, a proud presentation of Sports Select.
In store or online at sportselect.com. Please play responsibly.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 1022 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Ladislav Schmid with you on Sports 1440. Time now for the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. Hey, it's tire switch over time, and you got to get her done right now because the snow's coming. Ice is coming the whole bit. You can save up to 15% off on select tires. Perfect excuse to get road ready. Save a little cash. Check them out at fountaintire.com. As we welcome back a local legend, Scotty Upshaw, to the big program from Missing Curfew on the DraftKings Network. Morning up here with Kevin Karius and Ladislav Schmid.
What's up, fellas?
On again, big guy.
Hey, Smear, long time, buddy. Good to
Long
see you.
time.
He doesn't.
I'm still waiting for that phone call to get me on a Missing Curfew, but I guess it's not happening.
I know that voice and that face and that nose. I mean, why wouldn't we have you on there, bud? Those teeth.
The teeth are good now. I can do it. I can do it shirtless, but I don't know if Obi would like that.
That's epic. No, the boys down here say what's up, Loops and Obi.
Please say hi to them. What a good group of guys you have there. Guys, must be fun. I'm stuck here with Kevin.
Yeah. How's Loops doing, Uppy?
Oh, geez, Loops is good. He just had a baby girl, Emerson, who's she's been maybe 5 months. She's a month younger than my youngest daughter, Goldie. So the boys up north, I mean, we're just having kids down here in Southern California and teeing it up a little bit, playing a little golf. Obviously now watching a lot of hockey, watching a lot of football. The Jays run was pretty spectacular. So, we're hanging out a bunch. It's been good.
Hey, what do you think of that Jays run? Were you guys getting together maybe and watching a few of the games?
Every game. I mean, we went to 2 of the games in LA in the finals. Our boy Obi went to, I think he might have hit seven or 8 games down the stretch. Him and Loops went to Seattle for the ALCS. But no, it was epic. It was an epic run. Tough way to go down in any sports when moments are so close like that and decided by inches. It actually brought baseball back to being, the sport that we all looked up to it being as Canadians, watching, Joe Carter in the 92, 93 Jays do the dance. It was, it brought us back to those moments. So pretty special and something I look back, my kid will always remember this, hopefully, Beckham, he's only 3, but I'll be like, remember the time the Jays went to the World Series again? So it's cool.
Yeah, man, it was something up here for sure.
Yeah.
Even I was sad, and I'm not Canadian, but I thought they could pull it off. Obviously being underdog, but I just love how the whole Canada once again goes behind the Canadian team, just like we saw with the Raptors when they won the championships. Like I thought I saw a lot of similarities, but yeah, too bad they didn't come up with that clutch win. I'm like, so Loops and you both are dads now.
Yeah.
My
Crazy,
God,
right?
man. Yeah, that's crazy.
I know we were late to the club, but I mean, it's a good club to be in. I mean, there's one thing having a nice membership and a golf membership and, being in the NHLPA club when you leave the game, pretty special club of guys. But the father club is unbeaten. It's nice to finally be part of that. I got 3 young kids, 3 beautiful kids.
3, man, that's congrats. That's awesome.
Love
What are the
of
ages?
life, I got a 5-year-old girl, Izzy. I got a 3-year-old boy who's been on skates. He loves the game. Favorite player is McDavid. He's got 2 Oiler jerseys. And then I got a little girl, 5 months, who's Goldie. So, I got a busy household, Smeeter. Busy, baby.
Awesome. Yeah.
You got any time to watch hockey up here or what?
Yeah, I do. I listen, Kev, I got the backyard's got the 3 outdoor TVs. So I usually put on Michael's on the one. I love listening to Jack and Sportsnet. And then I hammer ESPN and maybe TNT. I got the 3 games. It's a pretty nice way to sit back and have a glass of wine when the kids are winding down and I've already cooked dinner. And I like to take in my games, but I do follow the Oil, as we'll talk about. I love catching up with my St. Louis Blues, who, they're not rolling like they should. No. And I picked these guys to win the cup. Yeah, I was just throwing it out there at the time, but I was picking them to win the cup. So I like to tune in, boys. It's nothing like kind of watching hockey, especially when you left the game and you want to be part of it so bad. Still, it's nice to do that and then come chat about it on missing curfew the next day. So
for sure. Scotty Upshaw with us, Kevin Karius, Ladislav Schmid on Sports 1440. So when you're watching the Oilers, what are you seeing here, Uppy?
Well, listen, boys, I watch it as a fan first, right? Like, because I'm an Oiler fan. I grew up in Fort McMurray. I deeply about, the team, the jersey, the history there. I'm not an alum, but I did spend a training camp, so I like to consider myself one there. So, but anyway, from a fan first, there's disappointments. You look up and down the lineup. There's holes in the lineup. There's guys that are, the expectations just aren't quite being met. And, we don't even need to go over who those guys are. I think we all know they're talked about in the media. Goaltending isn't where it should be, but you look at like the 3 years and the stretch they've had. There's been moments in those 3 years where we've sat back and we've questioned, like, is this the team? And is this, should we fire Sale? And is McDavid going to stick around for this? And then the Oilers turn into the Oilers and they go on a nice stretch and they become, the team that, you should have bet on them back when they were 16-1 odds to win the Stanley Cup, because now they found their game and McDavid's cruising. Draisaitl can't miss. He's leading in goals, all the things. And Bouchard's playing both sides of the puck well. But right now, I think that the team is just, they can't get out of their own way. They're getting behind in games. You look at, Smeeter, it's like when you're pro. If you start off the game and all of a sudden, you're down 2-0, you're on the road, you're in another team's building. Those games are almost impossible to win. And then you're playing this run and gun style hockey that, maybe some guys on your team like to play it, but it's not the way the game's supposed to be played when you're a great team and you're supposed to win these close games. You're supposed to play with leads, and playing with leads and playing in close games create good habits. Your coaches end up, the video reviews are a lot of the, hey, this is what works. This is winning hockey. This is the way we were playing last year when we were in the playoffs. And when you're down in games and you're chasing games and everyone's questioning each other, that's when bad habits creep in. It's what's going on. They're starting to question coaching, and they're starting to question, goaltending. Did we sign the right guys? And all those questions, when they creep in, just creates a little bit of animosity amongst the group. And it's not, it's not perfect. So let's just say it's not perfect right now.
So I got a question for you. So yesterday I'm watching the game, and like between the intermission, between the periods and the intermission, they threw this on the screen that the graphic that Oilers are known for slow starts, and they show the records past 2 years, kind of matching this year. My question for you is, like, those years, previous 2 years, it was a pretty veteran team. You had Corey Perry, you had Brown, you had Evander Kane, you had these guys in the lineup. Now it's different team. Do you think that this team did they do enough in the offseason to fill the holes? And do you think this team is still Stanley Cup contender, in your opinion?
So Stauffer's going to give me shit for this one. I know this, but when Connor took the deal this year, guys, I was kind of the one leading up to the deal. I was kind of saying, like, this is what I think. I think Connor has unfinished business here. I think he's going to take a short-term deal. I think it's going to be fair for the Edmonton Oilers, and it's going to raise some question marks amongst the league and the NHLPA and whatnot. But what I kind of came out and said was this contract isn't for this year. Like, I think Bowman and the management look at this and say, like, okay, when the cap raises next year, this is when we have to really go to work. This is when this deal is going to kick in and make a lot of sense, where we're going to be able to spend an extra $8 million on a player, where we have to put the right pieces in. If it's getting some veterans back, to answer your question, those holes and those guys you mentioned were, Connor Brown was incredible. I remember going to a Vancouver Oilers playoff game, and guys behind me in the crowd were saying, Connor, you got 2, right? Like, they were chirping him. He had 2 goals all year or something, right? Mm-hmm. And then that playoff round, he solely took it over on the penalty kill, even strength, taking face-offs, doing just everything. And that depth, is what they miss ultimately. Yeah. They miss him. They miss the toughness of Evander Kane. They miss Corey Perry going in and running guys. Even right now, like having Hyman back, you look at just how the difference in just like the forecheck is and how his feet are moving. He's running through the wall. Guys have to look over their shoulder. It's not easy hockey. Yeah. The Edmonton Oilers were playing easy hockey the last, 2-3 weeks. And that was something that they never let fly, especially in the playoffs. Like things became hard. If you want to play the Edmonton Oilers, you're gonna face some guys that were gonna bring some physical elements. And then if you wanted to raise that level, I mean, good luck, playing with Connor and Leon. So those holes aren't filled, but I think this team right now is not going to be the team you're going to see in Connor's, next 2 years of this contract, where they're really going to start to spend some money and build the team that they need to win. Connor's there for the next 2 years to win a Stanley Cup. I don't know if this is the team that we're going to see, but we'll see.
How much changeover do you think could happen here, Uppy? I mean, you talked about that dynamic and missing Perry and even to that leadership angle that a lot of people think there's somewhat missing this year.
Well, we're at the salary cap, we're tipping our cap at the salary cap right now. So is it dollar in, dollar out? Like, good luck in this league trying to make moves, 25 games into the season with no wiggle room. if you were to ask any really insider, can the Edmonton Oilers make a move and bring in Carlson, for example, or bring in someone else just to shake things up, dollar for dollar when your team's not going good? That's a tricky situation to put yourself in. Next year, it's different. Salary cap goes up. You make some moves, guys who haven't played up to their caliber. You slide them over here. You place a young guy in here. Edmonton, they have younger players trying to fill roles that they were hoping they can. Right now, that hope is turning into a negative reality, and we'll just see how it plays out. But leaning on their stars to go in and win every game at this, early in the season is tricky to do, especially when you're not getting goaltending, especially when these games, what do they have, 7 games in 11 days on this road trip with an Olympics in the middle of this season. There's all the signs are pointing towards like this is going to be a difficult hill to climb, and just how do we get out of it is the question.
Yeah. We addressed in front of their own net and how soft it's been to play this team. I mean, Laddie talked about it. We've been talking about it for a long time. Like, do you think and we mentioned the word is out, all the teams go, let's go there. I mean, it's not hard to do.
Yeah, just like for me, man, like yesterday, several times, like the too much of puck watching, and then, especially from defense, like in the D zone, and then, somebody's behind my back. Now you're chasing in towards your net. You don't have a good position. You cannot control a stick. That Protas goal, like he's a huge guy. Like if you're not on the defensive side, like you're screwed already. And like that's just one play, but it's been over and over. Like I just wonder if they can challenge themselves and say, okay, like we are allowing too many goals. Let's just tidy it up. Like focus on the defense. I know it's difficult because Oilers have certain identity, high octane offense, but it's not happening. Like I know they're still scoring tons of goals, but they're allowing way too many. So I wonder if they can go to Tampa today, say, okay, let's just play really, really responsible, solid defensive game. Be there for a goalie. They're not getting goaltending they were hoping they would be getting, but we're going to help them out. Let's keep it like 2-1, 3-2. Do you think that Oilers are capable of doing that?
Yeah, it's going to be a good test, right? Like you're going into Tampa. This team knows how to play hockey. I don't think they have Hedman in the lineup. He's questionable. There's some questions maybe in Tampa Bay a little bit right now just on personnel, but it's a good test. It's going to be a good test. You got a great goalie. They got just as great offense as you, power play. This is a test of, back-to-back guys. We got to go in. We had a long flight. Can we play hockey, winning style hockey? John Cooper is going to have the Tampa Bay Lightning ready to play the Edmonton Oilers today. There's no question about that. So, but it just starts off. Can you do things off the bat? Vladdy, it's like, the Bouchard back check yesterday, a fight for the puck. You get caught on the wrong side. You're reaching. The guy just basically, anyone's going to make that move and score on an open net. You have to be so disappointed in how, that feeling is flowing through your bench. And I want to see a broken stick. I want to see someone go outside their comfort zone and maybe fight someone. I don't know. Back in the day, if you messed up and it was over and over and over, someone was doing something. Whether it was your own teammate on the bench looking down at you, making a case, a coach coming over, having a seat. There's got to be, and that's where I question. You question: is it coaching or is it some moments where these things that happen over and over again? Later on in a game, you can handle it, right? The speed of the game and whatnot, you get caught on a bad change. But the first period of these games need to be, playing the right way. Everyone, showing each other like, maybe it's a fight off the first shift. Like Braden Shen, for example, is a guy, heart and soul leader. He knows when things aren't going well, and there's moments in the season they don't. He goes out and he shows his team like, I'm going to lay my ball, I'm going to lay my balls on the line, so to speak. And I'm going to go out and show this team that we mean business. Where is that right now? Corey Perry was a guy that would do it. You want to see that because those mistakes can be maybe made up, by someone, going out and putting their body on the line. But tonight's not going to be an easy game. Tampa's licking their chops, waiting for an Oilers that they know are beat down to come into town, and hopefully maybe some sunshine and getting a big road win is what the Oilers could use to turn this thing around right now on this difficult road trip that they're running into.
Hey, Uppy, this is from our text line, Montana to Rice. Shout out to Fort Mac Oil Barons legend, Scotty Upshaw. My question, what was it like to play in your hometown for the Oil Barons as a 15-year-old?
Yeah, I know it was great. Listen, Fort McMurray was a great place to grow up. It made you tough. Those winters weren't easy when, you're up early before school going to games. But as a local kid, it was a dream to play there. We got to host the Royal Bank Cup and went on to win it that year. Anyone that's been through Fort Mac and's been in that, Thickwood Heights Arena, we used to call it, is a tough building to play in. But I learned how to be a man up there. I learned how to fight. I learned how to score goals. I learned how to skate from defensemen like this guy that I'm talking to right here. It was great. And I love going back. I went up and spent a week up there this summer. See my brother who also played for the Oil Barons. Good town, good hardworking town, and proud to be from there.
Oh,
That's
good
awesome.
stuff.
That's great.
Say hi to all the guys down there.
Yeah.
Like Luke's known them for a
Please
long
say hi to them.
Yeah.
For me as well.
Obi,
Yeah,
everybody.
we'll do. We're filming here in about an hour. I'm in the studio now. Obi's going to come in with a little coffee for me, hopefully. But yeah, boys, good to catch up. Anytime, fellas. Listen, anytime.
Scotty, does Obi have kids?
No.
Not yet.
He's
Hey?
got a young
Oh,
girlfriend. He's got a 25-year-old girlfriend there. That's
Oh my God,
that's
man.
as deep as he's
It's gotta
gone.
be exhausting, no?
Yeah, I know. I tell you, I don't know how he watches all these games. He
Yeah.
gets his feet up on that couch. I'm like, doesn't she want to take you out all the time with all her young friends? Jeez, I don't know. Part of that sounds fun though.
Hey, thanks for making some time for us, Uppy. Enjoy the game tonight. Take care, man. Talk soon.
Have a good one, boys. Yeah, anytime. See ya.
Scotty Upshaw, former longtime NHLer, 750 plus games in the NHL, and our puck report brought to you by Fountain Tire. And again, the perfect excuse to get road ready, save a little cash with a new set of tires right now. Winter's right around the corner. Check them out, fountaintire.com. Is your mouth still watering, laddie?
I was staring at it the entire time.
Were you? What about the PB&J?
PB&J.
We had a text. Well, how come we didn't get the PB&J burger?
Next time, but we have to try. Hey, step by step, baby
I
steps.
want the crust cut off.
Oh my God, you're like my son. Shut up. Can I chew it off?
No. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show, and maybe I'll have a taste of this peanut butter.
No, maybe you have to.
From Mark Levers at first round. Kevin Karius show with Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick, and Ladislav Schmid on Sports 1440, presented by Sports Select. We are streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Snow, colder weather, shorter days. November is officially here. But it doesn't all have to be bad news. If you're thinking about a new or used vehicle, now is the time. Massive savings, 0% financing, and don't forget tires at cost. Yes, that's right. We sell winter tires at cost. There's lots to celebrate in November. And as always, we'd like to thank all of those who have fought and served for our country. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Getting in on the sports action you want is as easy as playing at sportselect.com. Simply make your picks online, generate your QR code, and lock in your bet at your local Lotto Spot retailer. Then sit back, watch the game, grip your chair, and high-five anyone nearby. Every bet is 100% legal with the chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
Bring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. Multiple CCMA and Juno Award winner, platinum selling recording artist, and top 10 hitmaker. Celebrate the new year in Alberta, country style. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
Want sports talk on the go?
You can listen to 1440 on the AM dial or stream us on your mobile device through apps like Radio Player, iHeart, and Stingray Music.
Edmonton sports fans,
turn to Sports 1440.
1440.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered. With half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings. Now half price every Wednesday night. Watch them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermo a couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take one.
Tall legacy, tall legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's going to love this for furnace season.
What's not to love with no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year?
Are you always like this?
Yep. Unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
Well, thanks to Mark Lieber's first round, just exited the studios here at Sports 1440.
But sweet.
Laddie Schmid has had the box of wings, boneless wings, and now, okay, I had 2 bites out of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's not my style.
It's really good.
It's not my style. I don't know. You like it?
No, because you didn't bake the bread. You didn't raise the raspberries.
Oh, that's, you know what that is? That's right.
Because if he would done all of that, it would be the best sandwich ever. But he didn't do it.
Grow the raspberries, pick the raspberries.
Exactly.
Mash the peanuts. That's like Wonder Bread.
It's yeah, but Wonder Bread is soft. It's good.
I don't know. But I should have had the PB&J burger. I would have eaten that.
You would have eaten that.
Yeah.
So you don't like that, but you would,
because I would have scraped it off and eaten the burger.
Got it.
Text 833-401-1440.
I'm still thinking about the Beaver Dome. The old Beaver Dome.
Oh man.
Oh
man.
You're gonna have a heyday at the Beaver Dome.
Well, we're gonna have a heyday in Castor tonight. CFCW Critters. Hey, you know what they gave? They gave us towels, like, you know, with our number on it yesterday, right? Duke hats and a floor mat. You know,
so you're gonna be forced. You're gonna be forced to shower. You're gonna smell like shit.
No, I always have a nice good shower after.
Good.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'll go in there, do my stretching.
You stretch actually? You warm up before the game?
No.
Well,
yeah, on the ice.
Yeah.
And actually, it's like a fun joke I always make, usually in the dressing room for like our beer league games. I'll like stand up and like, because I bring my little cooler in that has like my 6 or 7 beers in it, and I'll just like I was like, let me do my dynamic warm-ups, and I'll just hold it and do like 2 lunges and then be like, all right, ready to go. Let's get the stuff on.
Classic beer league
What's
move.
the flight from Washington to Tampa? A couple hours, eh?
2.5.
Yeah. So, I mean, they get in whatever time, blah, blah, blah. And
yeah, and they play, what, 7:30 their time, 5:30 our time?
5:30 here. Yeah, puck drop.
Yeah.
So, same thing. And then, they'll have a day off tomorrow and play Saturday against Florida.
Florida. Big rematch.
So, what would you say the chances are the Oilers of winning tonight are? The way things are going. Like when at some point, like, when you're
I honestly
you ever
I might sound stupid, but I have that feeling that they're gonna approach this game different. It's like maybe like
really, really tighten up.
Like they saw what happened in Buffalo, that happened against Washington. We have to stop the bleeding, or at least I'm thinking that's what the leaders are saying. Hey guys, like they see Pickard needs a good game. Pickard needs a good game, right? So maybe the team will kind of get together, get tight, play. So I go 70%.
You think it's that high?
70%. I believe in them. I believe in them.
The success for me would be to get the game to overtime tonight.
Yeah. Fair enough. Like I'm just too wishful, I guess.
I understand.
Dreamer, but if I'm on that team, that's what I'm telling the boys. Hey, like it's time to step up, play a little bit more old school game. Like, don't worry about the points. Don't worry about the offense. Solely focus on defense. Like you said, slowly build your game, shift by shift, period by period. Let's get out of the first period 0-0. That would be a success. And move forward.
How big of a game do you think this is for Cal Pickard?
I'd say pretty big. I'd say pretty big. And I know the boys love him. They love him, but
the result's got to come. You can't.
The result, and if not, that's the one spot you can probably. Well, and I'm not saying trading or whatever.
Well,
it's the solution. It's not just the goaltending. Like I know we talk about goaltending a lot, but it's what's happening in front of them as well. It's like all these goals from the kitchen. Like it can be happening. It's like like I keep saying it. You have to stop the bleeding. And like Scotty had a good point. Like maybe this is not the year, right? Like. Maybe it's not, but maybe it is. Like you don't know. Like
no reason to say that.
It's so early.
Craig Button is he goes one side, the other side. You listen to Button, and like he said last year that they're not going to make the playoffs.
Craig Button said also World Juniors prediction: Canada's going to beat us in quarterfinals. Sorry, Craig.
So, and I'm not just saying on Craig, but a lot of people they don't think that this team is even remotely close to. Let's just say. Everyone would be stunned, shocked, blown away if they didn't make the playoffs. I think everyone would say that.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think the confidence level right now with most people or even experts would go, I don't see them winning the first round.
Yeah. Based on what we've seen past few weeks, fair statement. But it's a little too early, right? Like
I agree.
What did they get better from last year in the Moose? Not sure. Don't want to criticize. Not sure. But if anybody can do it, if anybody can turn the season around, kind of,
One
so
thing that I
speak.
can guarantee tonight, laddie, they'll be going 11-7.
11-7, that's fine. I'd rather go to 7-11.
But you just had, you're going to go and pick up a couple of big sandwiches at the Italian Center? Or are you sitting down to eat them there?
No, I'm gonna bring them home. I'm the stage of my life that I like to eat at home. So I'm like almost 40, but I feel like 60 now. I'm probably boring.
So how many? Okay, you picking up 2, 3? What are you bringing?
Dude, I'm just gonna crush one. Like,
yeah, but you're bringing.
Well, I don't know what my wife wants to eat, and my little guy probably doesn't want that. But yeah, probably 2 sandwiches.
They'll take 2 home.
Two sandwiches. We're gonna buy. We are doing my wife's parents, they go yearly. They go somewhere warm, so they go to Panama.
Okay.
Panama, I think December 4th. So we are having early Christmas lunch. So we're gonna buy a bunch of meat, cheeses. My wife's gonna make a charcuterie board on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Oh, and she makes a huge spread. So I'm very excited. So we're gonna grab a lot of stuff there.
Good for you.
Oh yeah.
Been a busy day in the household for us. Put the big tree up in the Christmas village yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
So your tree is up.
Tree is up.
So like I thought my wife was
30 feet high.
What?
30 feet high.
My wife.
Connor didn't believe me when I told him that.
My wife would love it. She loves huge.
And the village. The Christmas village. Come by and bring the kids. And
seriously.
Yeah. 30 feet high.
How, like, so you have a, oh, that's what happens when you're robbing the bank for 30 years in media. Okay? Having a huge house. Yeah. I get it. I get it now. Beautiful house. I know.
Well, that's how she goes.
how happy he is, eh? Oh, yeah. No big deal. Just a.
Well, enjoy the game tonight, laddie.
I hope you will.
Well, we'll be on the bus. Duke and I will watch it on his computer.
Ooh.
Or he's going to try to figure it out to put it on the TV in the bus.
What if it's not working?
Well,
make sure, save this line. You have one job to do.
That's Duke, yeah.
That's Duke. You have one job to do.
Oh,
it's not my job. Yeah, it's classic. Classic.
Good stuff, laddie.
Thank you.
And we'll see you back next Thursday. And I got to talk to our the guy that won the auction. He'll come in next Thursday and just sit around and
for the
last hour and a half. Yeah.
Wow.
9:30. He doesn't care about anything else. He just wants to hang around with you, I think. How did you
do you blame him?
He's only human.
Only human. If it would be female, I would understand a bit more, but
no, not even close.
Not even close. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, I know one thing. Duke and I are going to the Beaver Dome tonight.
Not me.
Okay, laddie. Take
All right,
care.
boys, have a good one.
Big guy. That's our co-host on Thursdays, Ladislav Schmid. Coming up top of the hour, it is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Rochette T-Bird,
Connor Halley, and the Duke of Delburne, 12 to 2. It's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell. 2 o'clock, it's the Jason Greger show until Andrew Walker slides in with the pregame show at 4:30. Puck drop, 5:30 for the Oilers and Tampa Bay postgame show to follow. We are back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. We'll bust her down with Eddie Steele. And Duke and I will be just limping in. Eddie will be carrying the mail. Until then, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Loca Quality Market. It's not your average grocery store. It's a butcher. We are a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie, pizzeria, all under one roof. Shop local at loca.ca. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. We'll see you in Castor tonight. Until then, here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Edmonton Oilers back at it tonight, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning from Florida. Puck drop coming just after 5:30 Mountain Time. Pre-game coverage beginning right here in Sports 1440 at 4:30. 11 of the games around the NHL. The Maple Leafs hosting the Blue Jackets. Washington headed north to Montreal. The Panthers taking on the Devils. Canucks, they host the Stars. Senators are in Orange County against the Ducks. And the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Utah Mammoth. Thursday Night Football kicking off Week 12 in the NFL. The Houston Texans on a 2-game win streak hosting the Buffalo Bills. That one getting underway at 6:15. And just 4 games on the hardwood. The Clippers are in Orlando. Memphis hosting Sacramento. Sixers taking on the Bucks. And the San Antonio Spurs, still without Victor Wembanyama, they will play host to the Hawks. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 14.